No, not really. It's just like angel spottings. Some of the videos, though, are just dumb. I have to actually like, find the video he was watching. It was funny. It's like looking at clouds. I guess it's just really pareidolia, though. All that's coming up is just like actual news, like slow news days and like local news channels. Whatever, we'll just do non-ghosts then. Or non-angels. Non-angel ghosts. Hey. Yeah, we'll just do Sir Spooks for now. It's not actually capturing.
Hello everyone, my name is Sir Spooks, and today we'll take a look at 5 scary ghost videos for a dark winter night. Tonight's episode is brought to you by the Rift Wallet. It's light,
a dark winter night.
Devil's Hour Productions is a YouTube channel well known for their highly entertaining videos relating to all things paranormal and horror. But while their channel is full of creepy content, this video in which they visit the haunted Hale Spa Dam, located in Marion County, Tennessee, is one of the creepier ones. Not surprisingly, when it comes to Devil's Hour Productions, this video has plenty of interesting.
I've never seen a dam that's just like built like a building into the actual reservoir or whatever.
At the video, the group wanders around the eerie building with their night vision on and proceed to ask a potential spirit in the area to show themselves if they are around. Just a few seconds later, this
also it's Devil's Hour Productions. You have to yell it.
If you're down here, can you please make your presence known in a very big way? Thank you.
If you see pipes like that or like
can you knock again, please?
Heating conduit wrapped up like that, that's probably bad. I don't know if you'd want to be there. That sounds like a door.
Is there someone playing around with us? Yeah, there's someone playing around with us, that's all.
At this very moment,
it sounded like an Alexa, like
messed with by one of the attendees at
tiny
the
fart
because of how clear and direct it was. It seemed like a real person to me.
It was like,
so the first thing I do is go to the hole in the door and look outside to see if I hear or see anyone, but I didn't.
A little while later,
play the sound again.
In another room asking for a spirit to reveal its name. What they hear next makes them both confused and a little unsettled.
Think we captured your voice. Can you tell us your name?
Is homie just drinking a fucking monster in the dam?
What the heck?
Hell yeah.
Sound like a whining.
Damn, they roll deep. It's like 5 dudes down there.
Hell yeah. I know. What the heck?
What was that?
If that wasn't bizarre enough, just a few seconds later, you can hear what sounds to be some disembodied voice saying help.
There's someone like trapped in the dam.
I'm gonna try this again. Been waiting to talk to you for a while.
What was that? What was that?
I have no idea. It almost sounded like it was a little back.
What is this tattoo?
That sounded like a weird
I'm trying to figure it out.
What was that?
Then, we start to follow a man who begins to talk to the camera and address the
Yo,
situation.
that flashlight is
when
sick.
all of a sudden, something weird catches him off guard.
Matt Benton Cam. How many fucking people are there here?
I was nervous, or I don't know, maybe it's my first time doing this here at this location. We got no service, so we're doing stuff here. Then you guys know what's gonna happen. We're gonna have a break.
That was weird. Did you hear that? Was that outside?
Hey, did you whistle?
Whoa.
It sounded like the scraping of feet.
What was
like
that
on...
scream? Do you hear that scream?
I don't know if that was a scream.
So we're doing stuff here. Then you guys know what's gonna happen. We're gonna have a break.
That was weird.
It sounded like if you like were walking
outside?
and you hit the sole of your foot
Strangely enough, around
on the
minute
the concrete
the
a certain
same
way, it would
whistling
like make that
can be
sound.
heard. And to top things off, at the 19-minute mark, yet another goosebump-inducing sound can be heard from somewhere nearby.
Goosebump
Take a listen.
inducing. Those are like some HID lighting.
Oh, I'll do that.
Enclosure sitting there. That's weird. Maybe they're just like lamps they took down. Chair. These all sound so fucking
It's
weird.
rare that we get so many creepy things to hear in one single upload, but the folks at Devil's Hour Productions managed to do exactly that by exploring a building that was allegedly
That place looks
full
cool,
of
though.
spirits.
Yeah, a lot of that just sound
On
like
November
feet
30th,
scraping. Maybe that
2020,
chair they just showed.
YouTube channel titled Be Paranormal uploaded a video which follows the channel owner and her sister
What happened to A
as they venture
Paranormal?
out to explore an abandoned house originating from the 1930s, which is in the middle of an eerie-looking
That looks like
forest.
that's literally about to
Throughout the
collapse. I
duration
would
of
not
the
go in
footage,
there.
We follow the two sisters as they look at various things inside and
What
surrounding
is
the
even holding
house,
that thing up?
which fascinates and freaks them out. But nothing freaks them out more than something towards the end of the video. What these two sisters
Hold on.
witness would be enough to send chills down anybody's spine. Take a look at this footage.
Wait a minute, what? Let me turn this off. Okay, she just took a video on her phone and like watch to the left-hand corner, there's like a shadow. What? Fuck. Did that look like a... What the hell? Is somebody in there?
What?
The uploader states that she is
Raw
absolutely
video.
positive that the
One
shadow
second.
seen in the footage is not her or her sister's shadow, but rather something else she is not sure of. Judging by the two girls' reaction to the situation, it appears as though they are both genuinely shocked and frightened regarding their findings. After witnessing this, they continue to explore for a few minutes longer before ultimately leaving, which was probably for the best, because who knows what could have been lurking around that area. James McLean uploaded a video to his YouTube channel on July 4th, 2014, with some context. Quote, "At my mom's house, my son and I kept hearing the guitar strumming in the back of the trailer," quote, and proceeded to show the following footage along with the message. For the first little while in the video, James can be seen
Ghosts
panning
in the
his camera
hall.
around the area surrounding him, and at first, all seems to be
That's the sequel to
perfectly
Kids in the
fine
Hall.
and nothing seems to be out of the ordinary. But, as it usually
After
does,
everyone's dead.
things start to take a drastic turn. It's here when James begins to walk down the hallway, in which James hears something that
You
freaks him
remember
out.
Kids in the Hall? Well, now, presenting Ghosts in the Hall. Fall 2070.
Hello?
James McLean.
Jesus Christ! Whoa!
Yo, if his name is James McLean, how come that house is so dirty, though? Am I right?
Hello. After hearing the guitar strumming, it instantly stops making sound. But then just a few moments later,
No, I don't even, you can't even tell the house looks fine. It just seems like a name that you would get made fun of for being dirty.
If this video is fake, then it is certainly one of the better ones out there. Of course, anything is possible, and this could have been a setup. But this could definitely be authentic footage of something bizarre happening to a man that hopefully got the answers he needed in order to go back to living in peace.
James McLean? James my balls.
The Richmond Brothers factory is an old factory that was
Someone tried writing the word problem,
that
and they ran out of
one
room.
YouTuber by the name of Alex Hill, who decided to film
fail
himself going to
graffiti.
the building to see if he could find anything of interest while inside. I recommend that you check out the video in its entirety if you are interested in watching quality abandoned building exploration style videos. But for now,
like an Urbex
we will
Hill.
focus on the
Urbex Hill is
most
like
parts of Urbex's
30%
video.
of fucking these
Take a look at
videos.
what he experiences close to
Seriously,
the
he's in
10-minute
at least
mark.
one every countdown, it seems like. I hate these fonts sometimes. Sounds like someone's taking a big piss. In the next room, there's just a fucking giant dude taking a piss.
What was that noise?
Ghost piss. What? What was the arrow? Was that you falling? I didn't notice that thing move until after I rewatched my video. Like, what font is that? I recognize it. I think I've used it for something, but good for like a title, but I don't know about writing a bunch of stuff. So what the fuck do I know? Not like I make a bunch of videos.
For most people, hearing even the slightest sound when you think you're alone in a building
Tiny
that's
arrow.
supposed to be abandoned would be enough to leave the place immediately, but not for
I heard it sound like
Alex.
something hitting the ground in that
He
room I'm
continues
about to enter.
walk around various different
Water, look at all
areas in
that water
factory,
dripping.
and suddenly, this happens.
Be more worried about where that water's dripping from. Usually Urbex Hill is all in Cleveland. It's like downtown Cleveland. Oh, you can hear like fucking ambulances going by and shit.
Hello?
But he's got like some pretty good Urbex.
Hello?
Yeah, especially a car flying by combined with this guy like walking around.
It is just a few minutes
Like, you
later,
ever
which
been-
Urbex
you ever
finally
lived in a
makes the
house that's,
wise
like, near a main
decision to
road?
leave the building and thus
Like,
end his
Fucking
exploration.
should vibrate sometimes.
What could have possibly been making those crashing sounds in the building, though? Was there some kind of spirit keeping
If it's, like,
Urbex
dilapidated.
company? Was it a spirit out to harm him? Was there another human there trying to prank him? Be sure to let me know your ideas on this scenario.
I hope so.
down
That would be
in the
sick.
comment section.
Was that all garbage?
Over on my very own Sir Spook subreddit.
It was a
great
homeless guy
destination
fucking
for
with
a
him?
wide
Jesus
variety
Christ,
of
that's
videos
scary.
relating to paranormal spirits and horror in general. A user by the name of FireRix
Guess he
shared this
should fucking
truly
get out of his
scary
shit.
video which appears to capture something terrifying. Although this video may be
Another
relatively
weeping
short
woman.
at just 30 seconds, it's plenty of time to make you rethink
Oh my
sleeping
god.
tonight.
Resolutions.
Take a look at the following disturbing footage.
Oh. I've never seen this one. That was pretty cool. Show her again. I want to see her. I do that one video of the guys driving in the desert and they see the fucking thing. I do like that video, even though it's fake as hell.
The Reddit user that shared this video believes that the screaming and crying sounds
That does look cool, even though it's probably
belong
not
to the infamous La
anything.
Llorona. La Llorona is
It's
a ghostly
produced.
woman originating from Hispanic American folklore that is said to roam around crying and screaming. She wears all white and mourns
It's also
for
like
deceased
10
children
pixels.
who drowned. And although nothing can be confirmed, allegedly the man in the video died from a heart attack after making this video.
What?
The alleged La Llorona can be spotted 3 times in the video, showing up in all
Why do
sorts of places.
they gotta throw that layer in?
Whether or not this video
Also,
is
they
real or
died
fake
of a heart
is
attack.
definitely up for
What?
debate.
Why?
Regardless, the eerie screaming sounds that can be heard throughout this piece of footage, as well as the creepy lady making several appearances, is enough to keep anybody awake at night. And that was 5 scary ghost videos for a dark
Very
winter
scary.
night. I hope you enjoyed the video.
That's Sir Spooks. Very good. Watch another one.
It does.
It does. Some of his are like more themed to be like certain things. Here we go. It's Halloween videos, allegedly.
Hello
No, it's not.
everyone, my name is Sir Spooks, and today we'll take a look at 10 scary videos to watch on Halloween night. So, let's
Not
begin.
Halloween.
Over on TikTok, a young woman named Gabriel Quinn posted a video to the platform showcasing her and a friend venturing out to the Cedro Woolley abandoned insane asylum to have a quick look
Is that the
around
way
to see if
TikTok looks?
anything
It's just like
interesting awaits them
videos
inside.
on a page?
The 2 friends drove
thought it was like a
an hour and
scrolling
half
thing.
out of their way just to visit the place, and when they got there, they acted fairly
Just like
calm
Snapchat and shit?
collected.
Isn't all like the same?
However, what was initially a non-sinister exploration of the building quickly turned into something far more scary. Watch and listen to this chilling clip.
Ashley.
That's
As
a little
the disturbing
eerie.
voice seemingly
Yo, Gamma.
cries out for help and yells out
Don't
other
am.
inaudible things.
Thank you for that resub.
The 2
Hope you're
girls
doing well.
stand in complete shock and terror, not knowing what to do next. However, it's here where the video ends and the
Chilling
girls hopefully
clip.
got to safety. We can also hope that whoever was crying out for help got the assistance they clearly needed. All of this is under the impression that the
Squishy
video was
hand
real,
jam?
and judging by their reaction,
It
looks
sounded like a
it may
Bluetooth
be.
speaker they put somewhere and like, yo.
For many people around the world, dolls can be an incredibly creepy toy.
That's a baby.
Even for adults. There's just something about their creepy appearance that many people are unsettled by. And it is not
Up
hard to
late?
see why.
Yeah, it's pretty late.
Although most dolls are completely innocent and harmless, every once in a while you see a video like this that may make you change your mind. A TikTok user by the username Gustavo Came uploaded a video to the
Gustavo.
platform on October 18th, 2020, where he appears to be having a relaxing day with what seems to be either a significant other or a friend, walking around his house and having a fun day, when suddenly a doll behind him
The fuck are they
suggests
doing?
that it is alive somehow. Take a look.
de su lugar, él los regresa, miren.
It's cutting up pictures,
¿Quieren que les enseñe algunas fotos de cuando Dani era niño?
having a fun
¿Quieren que les
day,
enseñe algunas fotos de cuando Dani era niño?
cutting things. Yo, we got a paper shredder. We're having fun. Yo, come over to my house. I just got a new paper shredder.
Although it is definitely brief, you can clearly see the doll lean forward before that portion of the video
Put the baby
cuts
in the paper
off.
shredder.
But we all know that dolls are not supposed to move all by themselves, So it begs the question, what was causing
I don't know.
Gustavo's doll
Most
to
dolls
do
actually
exactly
do seem to
that?
have some kind of
Do you think it was
automation
something
going
paranormal,
on.
or was it nothing to be concerned about? Let me know your opinion in the comments. For most
Yeah, why was there
instances,
just like a baby doll
the
there?
setting up of a security camera in
Yo,
household
she's got a new
is done
baby.
to capture any potential
Check
burglars
it
or
out.
criminal activity in your home, in case you are out and about. The last thing you would expect to capture on a security camera is something seemingly not of this world.
Why is your
But
security
it seems
camera
like
like
that's exactly what happened to this person.
the middle of the room?
On my Sir Spook subreddit, where you can upload or watch any videos relating to the paranormal, a user by the name of Dope Island Skate shared a video that shows a fairly
I think I've seen this one
ordinary
before.
day
I
in this
remember that
man's
name.
house that quickly turns into something rather unsettling. Take a look.
Yo, Dope Island Skate. Just a little sideways camera. Just chilling. What is that? A drink? Oh, it's Pringles.
It may be easy to watch this video and judge whether or not it's fake based on the homeowner's reaction.
Dax.
But I
It
also
was
think
like
it's
the
important
knockoff
to take
Pringles. They
into
don't even make those
consideration
anymore.
the dog's reactions. They look genuinely frightened as soon as they see and hear the object fall off the table, with one of the dogs actually moving out of the way off camera. Of course, there could have been some sort of a string attached to this object, but we would perhaps have seen the man doing so, since he was right in the kitchen, which is where the object fell. But regardless,
They do
it
still
is
make
a
'em?
strange video, and one that
Yeah, since it's
seemingly
hollow,
has
couldn't it have
no
been like
explanation.
something inside of it? It looked like it like moved in a weird way.
A TikTok user named ACGen filmed a video of himself exploring outside while in the comfort of his vehicle in the Chapultepec forest in Mexico City. But despite the fact that his car may give him more comfort, what he is about to see will chill him to the core.
So watch out, he's got
Hay algo
Sharpies.
por allá, pero no sé qué sea, se ve como una persona.
Persona.
Creo que sí es una persona. Creo que sí es una persona.
Upon first viewing, it seemed as though this bizarre figure appeared out of nowhere and materialized as soon as Jen turned on his high beams. But another viewing confirms that if you look just hard enough at the start, you can see that the figure was there all along. It just wasn't as easy to see.
Ahorita vi algo por allá, pero no sé qué sea, se ve como una persona. Creo que sí es una persona.
Unlike some videos, this video is likely not paranormal in nature.
He kind of looked like
Regardless
Jason,
of
I don't
that,
know.
It is still extremely weird to see somebody or something standing in the middle of the forest, looking right at you. As soon as Jen turns his lights on, the figure races out of sight, meaning it probably didn't want to be seen. Let's all hope that Jen found the
Kinda
answers
looks like a
he so
Bigfoot.
desperately needs. Skinwalker Ranch is widely regarded to be one of the creepiest places on Earth, and is located approximately 512 acres southeast of Ballard, Utah.
How did you
and
get
has
this
been the
video?
primary
Thought you couldn't
location
go
for
there.
many scary videos like the one you're about to watch. The Lost Rivers on TikTok shared a clip on September 16th, 2020 that appears to show himself and a friend of his at the front gate of Skinwalker Ranch.
The fuck is that
Perhaps
chef
wanting
face?
To try to explore the area in search of anything interesting or creepy. Luckily though, they never leave their trailer that they are parked in and seem to just get a look at the place while inside the trailer. But that doesn't mean that they don't get scared. Take a look at this.
Man, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up.
Hurry up.
hurry up, hurry up, hurry up.
It just sounds like an animal.
One of the friends hears something off in the distance, which causes them both to stay completely silent and take a good listen.
They should go find
which
it,
is
though.
when they hear the eerie screaming or whistling coming from what seems to be nearby. Unfortunately, the video ends right there, so we may never get answers as to what happened after the true friends stopped filming.
It would be kind of cool
causing that screaming
to just drive around in an RV.
Was it some creature, something paranormal?
Get scared all the
or was
time.
it just somebody possibly
Let me hear
messing
some
around
fucking
with
weird
them?
noise.
Whatever your opinion is, I would love to hear it in the comments.
Man, hurry up, hurry up.
Hurry up, get under the bed.
Steph Gaza took to her TikTok page to share an incredibly strange and unsettling video that is sure to make the hair on the back of your neck stand up.
Yo, how'd that giant
She
face
seems
get
to
in
be
this guy?
talking about an incident
He
that she has
became
been witnessing in her room recently.
Oh my god.
And is now trying to see if she can capture
Became a
it on
Furby.
camera this time around.
Girl becomes Furby.
Decidió hacerse presente el amigo. Y de día. No, miren.
There's a hand.
Ay, no.
If this video is indeed real, then it is genuinely miraculous how Steph was able to stay relaxed when she saw the hand peek out of the closet like that. I know most people would probably scream and maybe run out of the room, but against all odds, Steph just kept silent, perhaps not wanting to startle whatever was in there.
Yeah, but the sound of the door, it seems like someone could have just pushed out.
Closet, it is revealed
Like,
that
have you ever had a
whatever was
closet
in
door like
there
that
has now
before?
vanished without a trace.
They kind of swing
This is
out
definitely one of the more head-scratching videos
if you
I've
push
seen
on them.
in some time. How could there be a hand peeking out of the closet so clearly, and then a few seconds later
So
magically
someone could have just
disappear?
like been right there and
Was
just
it
like,
a person inside the closet doing a really good job at hiding, or was it a
or
ghost?
was that edited too? Yeah.
If you have any ideas as to what happened here, be sure to leave
Or
them in the comments below.
Monsters Inc. Boom boom.
On his YouTube
Oh my
channel,
God, that
a
guy's-
man named Ida Hernandez and a group of his friends venture out to the Reino
Oh, he's very scared.
/ Magic Kingdom amusement park. What's so special
We've
about
seen
that
these guys
place,
before.
you may ask? Well, it is extremely run down and has been abandoned for many years. The actual video is over
I've
an
seen this
hour
exact
long.
video because I
So if
know
you
that
like to watch
fucking
videos on
shirt.
abandoned building explorations, then this one is certainly going to be right up your alley. But by far the most chilling thing happens to the group about 36 minutes in, where they see something that frightens them. Take a look.
Vea, ¿escuchaste esa madre? ¿Escucharon eso, güey? A la verga, no mames. No mames, vete.
No mames.
¿Qué fue eso, güey? No mames. ¿Qué fue eso, güey?
Do you see that? There was
All
like a
of the
kid on a
friends
bike.
look 100% scared when they realize what it is they just saw with their own eyes. None of them can come up with a logical explanation as to what just
I don't know.
happened,
There's some pretty lame ones.
but they know that they saw something. A man riding on a bicycle, to be exact. We can only hope that this man was riding by the area for fun and that he didn't have any evil intent on hurting the crew.
I don't know. He looks like
Because
it
that
could
was
be
the
a
only
fucking
time in the
ghost.
video he appears, it can be a little bit tricky to say
Could
for
be a
sure.
ghost.
But seeing a man riding a bicycle in the middle
There's
of the
no
night in
logical
an area you thought
explanation.
you were alone in would surely make your heart rate go up. So what do you guys think? Was this a ghost, a man, or just a hoax?
I think it was a man on a bike.
Terror to the Extreme,
my God.
otherwise known as Terra al Extremo, is a popular YouTube channel that puts a spotlight on videos relating to paranormal entities, abandoned building explorations, and many more to get your horror fix. In this particular upload, published to their YouTube channel on March 30th, 2020, The crew heads out.
You think
to
the eyes are gonna move?
the
I think the
same
eyes are
place
gonna
as
move.
The video you just saw. At around the 9-minute mark, the crew walks around the park, not managing to come across anything of real interest in the realm of the paranormal. But that all changes extremely fast as they turn a corner and proceed to head in a new direction.
Real extremo.
¿Qué fue lo que pasó?
Nothing, just a horse. What?
No, sí, este caballito me dio.
Oh my God! It's another horse around the corner. Where's little Mango? He always wanted to see another horse around the corner. Like every time. Whoa. Dude, the horse is alive. It's actually a zebra, isn't it? Oh, was it a cow? That's right, it was a cow. In the Russian video.
Although somebody off camera could have pushed the statue and quickly run away,
were they
genuine
YouTube
reactions
staffers?
make
No
that
fuck.
seem unlikely. If this was actually a
Probably
ghost
like
behind this
someone
all,
made them.
then it must be a powerful one, since it was seemingly able to make the statue move like that in just one push. As the men retrace their steps to go investigate, they don't seem to find any explanation,
Yeah, give
and
me
they
a
don't
break.
come into contact with that spirit again, which was probably for the best. TikTok user Estefania1998 is in her room relaxing when something caught her attention, which in turn caused her to pull out her phone camera and begin filming the incident. Take a look and see.
Haunted Hooters. I've seen that picture before. The lady with the blanket.
At first, it can be difficult to pinpoint exactly what you are looking for in this video, but if you look at the staircase, you should be able to make out what seems to be some sort of strange
Bike skeleton?
shadow figure looming on the stairs before darting right back down as soon as it notices that it is being filmed. Some people in the comment section believe that it could be a ghost lurking in the uploader's house, while others say that it could be a person. But honestly, either explanation seems terrifying.
What are we
because
looking
if
at?
it is a person, it must not be a person this TikTok user knows personally.
That looks like nothing. It's so fucked up that that banister is like erupting.
In this YouTube video published on March 30th, 2018 by the channel David Robledo, a man seems to be documenting a creepy incident in the confines of his own house in Monterrey, Mexico. David explains what has been occurring recently in the home when suddenly something captures his attention and startles him. Watch and listen to this.
Eres la niña.
Are you the girl, that
Esa
beautiful
niña
girl in
hermosa
my
que vi en
dream
el
who
sueño,
gave
que
me
me
the
dio peluche
plushie
para
to
que
help me get
para que yo
better?
me curara?
Yeah.
Dios santo. Dios.
The plushie of my dreams.
Estás.
Are you?
Yo no queremos
We don't
hacerte
want to
daño.
harm you.
Eres esa
You're the
niña.
girl, the beautiful girl who
niña
gave me the
hermosa que me dio
plushie.
el peluche.
Are you here with us?
Estás
With me?
aquí con nosotros, conmigo. Dios
Oh,
santo,
come
no,
on, dude.
Dios santo. Salí corriendo, pero
I'd
con mis
leave
hijos.
running, but I'm doing this for my kids. Dude, do you have a wife?
Estás perdida.
Are you lost? Do you need
Ocupas
something?
algo, necesitas algo. Dime, si yo puedo
Tell me, if I can
ayudarte,
help, I'll
con
do it
gusto lo
gladly.
haré. Ocupas algo.
Do you need something?
Necesitas
Do you
algo.
need something?
Su mamá. Dijo su mamá.
She said her mom.
Dice, Dios, no. No sé, tengo miedo. La verdad, tratando lo suficiente. Oye, ¿quieres a tu mami? Trataremos de hacer lo posible, ¿ok?
No mommies.
A ver, se cayeron
I
las
fell
cosas.
over.
Vamos a tratar de... Si tú eres la...
If you're
Dios
my
santo.
God.
Dios.
Unfortunately for David, he continues to hear these eerie sounds for several minutes, and his reactions to the sounds does come across as authentic.
Well, I want to know what's
The
up with the
strange
plush
figure
thing.
At the end makes this haunting.
Can we go into that a little bit? What the
terrifying.
fuck was that all about?
It does sound like the voice
He's getting
could be
presents
coming
from ghosts?
outside, and maybe a window in David's house is open.
Cheating on his
That's
wife
still
with
not
Ghost
explain
Girl?
The objects that are on the floor,
I guess they could
as
be
well as the
separated.
ghostly figure on the bed at the end of the video.
Oye, ¿quieres a tu mami? Trataremos de hacer lo posible, ¿ok? A ver, se cayeron las cosas. Vamos a tratar de... Si tú eres la... Dios santo. Dios.
I like how we get
Sadly,
the arrow
this
and
is
the fucking
only
circle.
video David has uploaded to his channel relating to this incident.
That's what it's
So
all
we may
about.
never know what it is that David encountered that
Circle,
day.
an arrow going into circle. Yeah, that's the only... Yeah, we get it.
And that was 10 scary videos to watch on Halloween night.
Those were pretty
I hope
bad.
you enjoyed the video, and if you did, then subscribe for more scary.
Oh no, spooks. Those ones were pretty funny. Yeah, you wouldn't know where the circle was. All right, let's go to Nuke. Boof, boof. This says you'll need new pants.
Top 5 ghosts caught on camera.
New pants.
Wrong way. Urban explorers Matt and Andy from the YouTube channel Finders, Beepers, History Seekers explored the abandoned Mossley Manor in Liverpool, England. The manor has a very dark history. The Victorian building was constructed over 150 years ago by cotton merchant Nicholas Duckworth, who passed away in the home in 1889. In 1940, the manor served as a home for unwed mothers and their children. It was later sold to become a care home for the elderly and disabled, called Mossley Manor Care Home. Around 2014, reports began to surface of abuse and terrible living conditions at the Mossley Manor home. Even more disturbing, families discovered the unreported deaths of at least 10 elderly patients in the home. The care home was shut down in 2015. For obvious reasons, many claim that the Mossley Manor is haunted and is a hotspot for paranormal activity. But Matt and Andy from Finders Beepers are certainly not ghost hunters or even necessarily believers in the paranormal. They're just a couple of guys who enjoy doing urban exploration of old decaying properties like the Mossley Manor, and cracking a few jokes along the way.
Right, so we've just come in to a sort of where they keep files and diaries and one thing and another.
He didn't look suitable to enter the building on account of him having a wild expression in his eyes.
Jesus Christ. How can...
Psychopath coming in.
No, but who can judge whether somebody should be allowed in because they've got a wild look in their eyes?
Never let me in, would they?
This building is amazing, actually. I really want to go scrambling around on that roof, but I don't know whether I'm just currently too fat. Fucking hell! Jesus Christ, brained your head. Oh my God, my heart.
Yo, get the fuck out of the nasty ass fridge. What are you doing?
Andy's bonds.
Even though the two guys try to keep the atmosphere light, when they are on their way up the manor stairs,
the fuck was that?
Try to keep
that we can see it because of Andy's bonds.
Even though
like a weird hole. Yeah, it looks like a hive or something. Ugh. Look at that. Looks fucking weird. Yeah, it could be like a wasp thing, but if it is, it's huge.
The two guys try to keep the atmosphere light. When they are on their way up the manor stairs, Matt
it could be like a
sees
bird
something
thing.
truly chilling. And suddenly, things just aren't so funny anymore.
Right, just heading up. Is this the second or third floor we're going up to? It's because we went down to the basement, it's thrown me. Totally thrown me. That paper's, they're thick, aren't they?
Paper's a bit thick.
It's like good quality wallpaper.
Good quality wallpaper.
Yeah. So, but yeah, you can see it goes up again. Hey, wait up.
Whoa.
Hello?
That dude was like, yo, what the fuck is he talking about my wallpaper for?
Somebody up there.
This guy's
Hello?
face is great.
I feel like there's somebody down there as well.
What do you mean?
Right, I'm going up. What the Right, I've gone cold. Yeah. Oh, it might have been. I've gone cold because I saw somebody stood there. I saw a leg. Hello? You just fart. But they went that way, and there's nowhere you can go.
You just fought.
A voice? I didn't hear.
I don't know if it like a man or a woman's voice, but it was deepish.
I mean, it could also be like teenagers or other ghost hunting people and shit like that too.
That's weird. I'm gonna have to look back at the footage.
As Matt films the top of the staircase, he captures what appears to be the legs of someone or something who seems to be
It also could
watching
just be
them.
fake.
The figure immediately walks off toward the right
As
and
in
disappears.
someone they were with anyway.
Matt and Andy immediately head up the stairs to investigate, but they can't find anyone or anything to explain what Matt captured on camera. Even stranger, there is nowhere for anyone to walk or hide.
Yeah, that one guy
Now,
did
keep in
seem
mind that
very
the
fucking
mysterious
scared.
figure disappeared towards the right side. Well, that just leads toward a wall with a tiny boarded up window. The mysterious person seems to have simply disappeared into thin air.
But they went that way, and there's nowhere you can go.
So could it be that they captured the ghost of Nicholas Duckworth still roaming his Victorian home?
Is it
Could it
really
be the apparition
Duckworth?
of one of the elderly patients that passed away inside the manor?
Like DuckTales named
Let me
after
know
that guy?
what you think. You can check out Matt and Andy's full exploration over on their YouTube channel, Finders Beepers, History Seekers. Meanwhile, on TikTok. TikTok user Chips and Chicken shared a strange video. She explains that the video was captured by CCTV late at night
That's not
in
what
the
that name
50-year-old
says.
building of a Union Center in California.
Chips and Chicken?
One
It says
night, something triggers the
Painesville,
building's
Texas?
alarm.
What?
So the office manager goes to check the CCTV footage. He finds a truly chilling discovery that, as TikTok user Chips and Chicken put it, quote, freaked him out.
I sprayed them. How can we do that?
This looks like she's floating, Bob.
What? The movie theater or something?
Oh,
They say where they were.
Gives me the creeps.
Yep.
A white figure can be seen hovering around the back of the building.
These look like movie
Workers who watched
posters.
the footage believe it might be the spirit of a Union Center
right here.
member who had
What's this?
recently passed away. TikTok user Chips and Chicken is baffled by the footage. She says that all of the men who work in this building are elderly and simply wouldn't know how to fake something like this. So is it real?
Yeah,
Or
teamwork?
is it just an elaborate
Poster or
hoax?
something like that?
You decide. TikTok user Your Mom's Undies. Let's just take a second for the giggles to pass.
Oh yeah.
All right. Anyway, she claims that she is usually unaffected by anything scary that she watches on the internet or TV. But when her uncle sent her this video captured at his apartment in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, she was shocked.
Yeah, what was your uncle doing with the undies?
The family claims that they have been tormented by frequent paranormal activity for the entire 4 years that they have lived in this apartment. But they say they've never captured anything like this before. What terrifies the family even more is that the dark figure, which appears to have claws for hands,
the hand is kind of cool.
Can be seen coming out of their sleeping
The hand is the only thing that's like
bedroom.
really interesting about that.
When they received the notification of captured movement caught by their security camera, they say they immediately fled the apartment to stay at their parents' home.
But it looks like it could just
So
be like
did the family capture some dark
like a
entity
bag or
on
something.
camera? You decide. If you see a video that you think would be perfect for the top 5, or if you have a ghost hunting channel and you caught something great, contact me at nukestop5@gmail.com.
Yeah, we got any more filters we can throw out there?
Popular Jordanian live stream ghost hunter Hassan Barbar is
We
back
need to
with
see what
another
it was.
terrifying investigation as he
light that
travels
up.
to an abandoned house in the middle of nowhere. The house is said to be haunted by a dark spirit or jinn. As Hassan explores, he records everything live for his Snapchat followers. Soon, he begins to hear a very chilling sound.
Very chilling.
Bismillah.
I think I've seen this video, like on the stream before.
Hey.
Sounds like a baby.
Hey.
What? That was a scary sound. I don't know what that was. That was weird.
في حد؟
Did he say something about a goat man?
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الذي يضر مع اسمه شيء في الأرض وفي السماء وهو السميع العليم. بسم الله الله أكبر. بسم الله الله أكبر.
Hassan sees a dark figure peeking out from the door of the abandoned house.
Nah, that did not
As it
sound
darts
like a
back
stack
inside,
screen.
Hassan runs to the building, but the figure has disappeared. But whatever is roaming the property seems to be getting even closer.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Yeah, it's definitely like some fucking
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أعوذ بكلمات الله
animal
التامات
sound or
من
something
شر
like
ما
that. It's
خلق.
not like a stock
بسم الله بسم الله.
scream from anything.
بسم الله. بسم الله الله أكبر.
Again, Hassan runs as fast as he can, only to find nothing. He's beginning to get a little spooked, but he continues on. And then things get downright chilling.
نفسي أساعد أنا بس مش قادر.
Man, it sounds like a rooster almost or something.
بسم الله. بسم الله. بسم الله.
No, not that. That actually sounded like someone like in there.
رجلي انضربت عليها يا
I
أخوان.
got hit on my foot. The fuck?
بسم الله. بسم الله. بسم الله. بسم الله.
The terrifying scream becomes ear-piercingly loud, and
Like
Hassan
some
once
lady in
again
there.
attempts to run toward the source of the sound, but he painfully stubs his toe against a piece of cement. The room appears to be completely empty as Hassan checks his injured toe. Then, out of nowhere, the intense screaming is back.
How about don't
and now
check
it
your
seems to
fucking
be right
toe?
where he's standing. Hassan is frightened, but keeps filming for his live stream
In
audience.
the fucking cell.
That's when things take a terrifying turn.
بسم الله. أسفل الوضع. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق.
I mean, like hit him?
بسم الله. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق بسم الله الذي يضر مع اسمه شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء وهو السميع بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
It just says
بسم الله
praying
الرحمن الرحيم.
the entire time. Praying.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق بسم الله الذي يضر مع اسمه شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء وهو السميع العليم. الله أكبر الله أكبر. بسم الله.
I mean, I know some of it definitely is, but
لا تعبت.
As Hassan looks out a window, he gets hit in the neck by something. As he points the camera towards himself to show his injured neck, a horrifying dark figure suddenly appears right behind him. Terrified, he turns around, but again, there's no one there. That's when Hassan has finally had
please, if
enough.
you're watching this, send help.
He decides to just get out of there. So did Hassan Barbar capture a malicious jinn or spirit live on camera? Or is it all effects and careful editing? As always,
I mean, there wasn't even anything that happened in that one
except for the
videos
videos of Hassan's adventures over on his YouTube channel, Hassan Barbar. Follower. This next video was sent in by a new
that was definitely real.
viewer. He says that his uncle used to work in a rental store. One day, as he was walking in the door, he felt as if someone or something firmly touched him on the back. He looked around, but no one there. But when he checked the store's security footage, he was shocked to the core.
Nervous. Same, I can't believe that happened. Dude, just something touched me, dude. And it's
what is it? A furniture store? What the fuck is this?
Daryl, get that person behind me. Dude, look at the touching me. Gone, dude.
Oh, wait, I gotta hear him say that.
I'm like, what the behind me, dude, look. Okay. Daryl, get that person behind me, dude, look at the.
Oh, look at that person behind me, dude.
Daryl, get that person behind me, dude, look at the mess. No. Daryl, get that person behind me, dude, look at. Daryl, get that person behind me, dude, look at the mess. Now watch. Touches me, gone, dude.
Gone.
Look, I'm like, what the oh my god, man. What the hell? Look, I'm like looking for pin.
Goodish.
Look, now I'm like.
Now, normally I would say that what you see on the footage is simply caused by a common camera compression glitch. But the guy's reaction is just not so easy to explain. The man looks around in confusion, and it seems that he truly believes that someone just touched him, even though there's no one there. So could this strange mist that seems to follow him be something paranormal? Let me know down in the comments. For updates and creepy posts that are truly bizarre, follow me on Instagram here, and follow me.
I like that one. Those are some funny videos. Oh, that one was good. But Sir Spooks. Duke's top 5 is pretty consistent. Like, they're all the same pretty much. The thumbnails too are just like face, red circle, ghost. Set your watch by it. I like that. The name of this video is 5 Scary Ghost Videos. Sleep is canceled. Dude, they canceled sleep?
Top 5 ghosts caught on camera. Catch 'em all on camera. Zach from the YouTube channel Catch 'em All Fishing has a channel dedicated to fishing and catching reptiles.
What?
Nothing creepy or nothing paranormal whatsoever. At least
I like when
until
these guys
this
have some
recent
weird
video.
shit.
In the video, Zach is exploring an undisclosed
Because they just got
location
bored
that he
one week
calls,
and they're like, I want to
quote,
make a
an
ghost
abandoned
video.
underground city. He says that he is trying to find and capture a python, as the large snakes are drawn to warm, wet places like this. As he enters the dark building, he immediately feels like he's not alone.
So, before I get too deep in here, I just want to let you all know I'm looking for snakes right now, for pythons. And honestly,
I'm a snake.
Feel like I shouldn't be in here.
Then fucking.
It's really creepy.
Don't
in
be
here.
there.
And
Don't
it's
be
really
there then,
big.
dude.
Hello?
Snake ghost.
As he explores the dark underground building, Zach is a little jumpy, and it turns out he has reason to be.
Dude.
His pupils are so dilated. Look at his eyes.
What?
Yeah, wherever he
Zach
is
hears
looks
strange
scary.
moans coming from somewhere down the
like it's like a
winding
sewer or
underground
something?
hallways.
I
He
assume that's why
decides
there'd
to
be
hide,
snakes and
thinking there might
reptiles
be
there.
someone else in there with him.
But whatever it is, it looks like a
Someone up
scary
to no
place.
good.
Did they say where he was? It looks like a sewer
Wish me luck, guys.
tributary, like where a bunch of pipes meet. There could be legit like people living down
The
there.
voices stopped. The voices stopped, guys.
People do live in those fucking sewers sometimes. What the fuck?
Eventually,
that place?
the voices stop, and Zach decides to make a break for
Yeah, we
it,
have no
leaving the
context,
underground tunnel
exactly. Like,
system
we don't know.
behind.
It could be anything.
But later, when Zach reviews his footage, he realizes that he
Where
caught
the fuck
something
even is he?
absolutely terrifying in one of his camera shots.
It's leaking outside from somewhere.
It's water. What is it?
Hello?
The bizarre
What?
figure of a pale man seems to be staring
That's a
at Zach from
dude!
the
What are you
darkness.
talking about?
Zach claims that he didn't even see the figure until he reviewed his footage later. However, he says that throughout his entire exploration, he felt like someone was following behind him.
It's a
So,
man. It's
is this
clearly
strange
a
pale
dude.
figure a ghost caught on camera? Or was there just some creepy person stalking Zach throughout the tunnels? You
They
decide.
even have like a headlight on.
You can watch Zach's full video on his YouTube channel.
Catch 'em all fishing. That sounds like a sick channel,
The
though. I'm
Weeping
not gonna
Woman.
lie.
On his YouTube channel, Eder Hernandez
sounds like a
does
good
little
channel
bit
just to,
of
like, fucking
everything, from travel vlogging to
throw
fishing
on.
to even the occasional ghost hunt. In this video,
Watch some
Eder
guy go
travels to a
fishing.
small Mexican fishing village named Bajos de
I wanna go
Mimiagua.
fishing more.
While
Fishing's
there,
fun.
the locals tell him about a terrifying local haunting. The story goes that many years ago, a family came to the village and built a series of houses where they planned to live. Unfortunately, not long after the family moved to the village, their young son
just took the
mysteriously
soul out of that
disappeared,
baby.
never to be found again. As time went by, the boy's mother went mad with grief, desperate to find her long-lost son. In her unhinged state, she became homicidal. She tragically ended the lives of her entire family, and then took her own life. Locals claim that they can still hear and sometimes even see the screaming woman at late hours of the night. They've
It's always like the
started referring to
weeping
her
woman,
as
the
La
screaming
Llorona,
woman.
the ghostly
Yeah.
weeping woman from Central and South American folklore. They believe that
There's always
even
the
in
lady
death,
going
the
crazy
woman is
killing
still
people.
looking for her lost child.
These stories
The
are a little
fishermen in the
fucked
village
up.
are terrified of the ghost and go as far as burning incense to keep the evil spirit away from their house.
Por aquí se aparece la Llorona.
Burn those blunts.
De plano ya 10 horas de la noche, 12 de la noche empieza a gritar aquí, pues nadie sale, los pescadores se espantan, ¿no?
¿Sabe lo que hacemos nosotros cuando así ya se oye el ruido? Agarramos copal, incenso y empezamos a sahumar para que se retire.
Together with a local guide, Eder Hernandez and his friends decide to check out the now abandoned cabins at night to see if the ghost stories are true.
Good idea.
It did not go well.
It did not go well.
Arriba, arriba.
Pero ¿cómo se suben a esos lugares? ¿Aquí abajo para qué?
No sé, es que quién sabe para qué sea
Why
eso.
blue lights?
Y aquello, carnal, la neta está cabrón.
You
La neta
barely
está
see
cabrón.
anything.
¿Cuántas son de estas, carnal?
Pues ahí, otra más para allá arriba.
It did not go well. 2 people died.
De hecho, estamos viviendo un ambiente espiritual fuerte. Sí hay vida espiritual en este lugar.
Cabrón.
I don't know if they're black lights, though. It just looks like a blue
Cada vez que
light.
estamos metiendo más a esta investigación, siento como que el aire está
Feel
cambiando
like the
de...
air changes.
Hoy,
¿Oíste?
Sharon, está cambiando de...
¿Una niña?
Una niña, no sé, no.
As they walk around the dark cabins, they keep hearing what sounds like the screams of a woman or maybe a child. But they are about to encounter something truly terrifying.
Este está como que... Digo, Ángel. Como
Angels.
que se ve, más montuno, ¿no? ¿Cómo sientes aquí, brujo?
No, bastante fuerte, hermano, aquí.
What does that sound?
Hoy aplaudieron, ¿eh? Está muy místico.
Is that like the music? What? This is like a kid.
Tranquilo.
No llegué.
¿Qué fue? Tranquilo.
Allá arriba gritaron.
Algo vi arriba, yo vi también, yo no estoy loco.
¡A la verga, no mames, güey! No chingas a tu madre, güey.
Who put their kid up in there?
¡A la verga, no mames, güey! No chingas a tu madre, güey. Vamos a la verga, pues vamos a la verga. Vete a chingar a tu madre, güey. Oye, verga. Nadie se quedó, güey. Verga, Yalixo, güey.
They run as the horrifying
No,
figure of a
Yalitzo!
child screeches at them from the decaying cabin's second floor. Then, another scream, but now inexplicably the figure is gone from the second-story window and is now hiding in the weeds on the ground floor. So is this the ghost of the young boy who was never found? Is it La Llorona? Or is it all just an elaborate hoax? You decide.
Those are the
Before
only
we move on to
options.
the next video, if you see anything that you think should be included in the top 5, contact us at nukestop5@gmail.com. The Haunting of Fort Stevens. Twin brothers Ryan and River Reese from the YouTube channel Twin Paranormal travel to the historic and
Twin
allegedly haunted
Paranormal.
Fort Stevens, Oregon. With
Yeah,
their
we're
fellow
twins. We do
explorer,
everything
Nick.
together.
The fort
Even
is said to be haunted
fucking
by
ghost
multiple
exploring.
ghosts. 2 of the alleged spirits are said to be a father and his 10-year-old son who tragically lost their lives at the bunkers. The other ghost is said to be a soldier named August Stahlberger, who was beaten to death by unknown attackers.
There's a
while on
family
guard
that moved
duty
into
in
my neighborhood at the beginning of the
1868.
summer, and they have
Many
a
Fort Stevens
small
visitors claim
child
to
that
have
like
seen a
wanders the
strange
neighborhood.
shadow figure roaming
Now that
the
you
fort's
mention that.
underground tunnels. Soon after
I swear to
arriving
God,
at the
it's
location,
scary.
the Twin Paranormal
He's just
guys
looking for people to
jokingly
play with, but
discuss
it's weird.
splitting up to explore. But that conversation
One day I was
cut
doing
short.
yard work,
We'll split up. Split
and
up?
he like
No.
appeared behind me, and he was like,
I'm gonna try
"Can
to
I
be,
play
like,
with
super
you?" And I was
badass
like,
right now. Yeah, let's split
"No."
up, guys. No way.
Probably go home.
One of these pillars. Wait. Shh. Hello?
But he's like wandering
We're with
around
the
all the
park
time by
rangers.
himself. It's like,
He's
people,
lying.
like,
We're
fucking
just
take care of this
visiting.
kid. He's
Nice.
like really
Nice
small.
people. Please be nice to us. We'll be nice to you.
As they continue to explore the creepy fort, they begin to feel like they might not be alone.
Hey, listen.
I was like on a ladder and stuff. I was like, be careful.
Oh my god. Somebody's walking above. Up above.
The Twin Paranormal team is starting to get a bit freaked out by the unexplained sounds and footsteps. They search, but they can't seem to find anyone.
I thought he
or
had the
anything
dinosaur
to
from
explain the
ABC's
strange
Dinosaurs
noises.
on his neck.
And then, without knowing,
You know the dad?
they catch something very strange.
4.
I thought that's what he had on his neck.
In a couple of seconds, you are about to see our first time catching an actual ghost anomaly, not noticing it right in front of our faces. Could this be the 10-year-old Shane Davis?
Shane. Oh, come on. That looks like nothing. That looks like... I thought he was smoking a cigarette.
Is there 4 people here with us tonight?
A mysterious mist or reflection of a face seems to rise up the wall right in front of them. Now, this could simply be pareidolia. However, what happens next is a little harder to explain.
This place is like not... Did you hear?
Did you hear that?
Oh, God! Watch your step! Watch your step, watch your step, watch your step, watch your step. Guys! What just happened? I don't know. And I like had to scream because Nick was running with his umbrella open and it's scratching every wall that we go. Yeah, dude, straight. And so I feel like, hold on, I'm thinking to myself like, oh, something is running after us, and then it touches my back. Just the edge touches my back. I'm so sorry. So that, I was like, like, replay that. That was something else. Like, I thought something like... That was so scary, dude. I'm not gonna lie. That was, like, super scary.
He's running with the umbrella.
After that, the guys decide to just get out of there. So, did they catch a ghost on camera? You decide. Over on their YouTube channel, Twin Paranormal, you can check out this full video, as well as all of their other paranormal investigations. Randonautica.
Oh, shit.
So I just went randonauting.
I went randonauting.
Released early this year, Randonautica might be the creepiest smartphone app you'll ever use. The app has seemingly gone viral as recently hundreds of strange reports and scary videos have been showing up on social media.
Sky. Oh my God.
The Randonautica app, once installed on your phone, asks you for your location and for you to focus on your quote, intent. Now, supposedly what you do is visualize in your mind what you want in life or what you want to physically find.
What
this
do
can
you
be
want
anything
in
from
life?
wanting to find something positive like love, creativity, or inspiration, to darker intentions like finding a mystery or evil. The app then gives you GPS coordinates to some pretty strange but completely random locations.
Yeah, I think next
near
time a
where
bunch
you
of people
are.
did videos about him.
Now, allegedly,
This video is like a year
users
old.
with positive intentions are led to a location with positive things, like deer, lovebirds, awesome landscapes, or even a can of Coke. However, many Randonautica users have shared their terrifying experiences after visiting locations with scary intentions in mind, like finding something dark or mysterious. TikTok user Matt Hall was one of these people. Matt claims that he used the Randonautica app with the intention of finding something creepy, and he found it.
So I saw this thing that a lot of people were doing on TikTok called randonauting. It's an app that you download and it gives you a completely random location close to you that you go to, and apparently it's supposed to be a glitch in the simulation or something like that. I don't really know if I believe it or not, so I downloaded the app and I thought I'd try it out for myself. It gave me a spot in the middle of the woods that's kind of close to my house, but it looks like it's along ATV trails, so we're on the ATV and...
I think it probably just means whatever you want it to mean.
Alright, so we're at the location and this is weird. There's a car just chilling in the woods. How did they even get in here though? Like, there's trees everywhere. There's no way a car could get in here. This car looks
That's why it's
super
fucking old. It came in there a long time ago. Got there fucking being driven through the woods.
Holy
Matt finds an old abandoned car in the middle of the woods. But even more bizarre, an unexplained voice seems to call out to him from the forest.
Holy
It sounds like fucking Zelda.
Understandably, Matt is spooked and just gets out of there. But after many requests from his TikTok followers, he decides to go back to the same spot.
Alright guys, I came back to the location that I heard that voice when I was randonauting. See, there's a car there. Is anybody there? Guess not. Alright, I don't know if this means anything, but there's a shirt here, a water bottle. There's water in the bottle.
Oh
there's
my
like
God.
children's toys, like all broken, like All right, that's creepy. There's nothing else here. I walked like all around the car, but I don't see anything else. That's all that's here. Is there anybody here?
Yeah, it's like Brendan Fraser, like.
I just heard something.
Again, a voice can be heard from somewhere within the dark woods. This time, it seems to say, "Want to play a game?"
Then grew up to become this guy.
Yes, I think I just heard something.
Now let's cut to TikTok user Tyler Zach. Tyler says that he and his friends used the Randonautica app while focusing on the intent of, quote, evil. When they are on their way to the calculated coordinates, this happens.
Okay.
Oh my god, Tyler! Tyler!
I mean, depending on where you live, probably not that
furiously
uncommon.
Angry woman seems to be focused on Tyler and his friends for no apparent reason. Now, I don't know if it's fair to call this woman, quote, evil, but I certainly wouldn't describe her as a little ray of sunshine either. And there's also the question, why do her eyes look black?
Oh my god, Tyler! Tyler!
Anyway, some dismiss the Randonautica app as simply the random internet equivalent of a Ouija board. But some true believers actually make the wild claim that the app breaks or, quote, glitches the Matrix.
Yeah, it's like you can't see the color of someone's eyes.
Cheyenne Lee definitely says that the Matrix had a glitch the day she tried out the Randonautica app with her friends.
Okay, so there's that dude. Keep an eye on that red truck.
The fucking siren head sounds.
He's really not there. Oh my god, it's not focusing.
He's walking.
There it goes.
Literally right behind
you
us
guys.
now. He's right by that mailbox and he's not there.
He's not there and the truck is not there. What the What the
Oh my god.
He's right there.
It's like a different time of day.
Some viewers claim that what Cheyenne and her friends are looking at is the front camera of the car, not the rear. However,
the lighting's
Cheyenne
completely different.
posted a video to prove that the car doesn't even have a front camera.
So, all these buttons.
She's flicking us off.
Where's the front?
Where's the front?
The front?
Where's the front?
There's literally no front camera. I don't know why people think I'm lying. There is no front camera.
But now, let me tell you about one Randonautica
be from New
exploration
Jersey.
that is truly unexplainable. A group of Seattle teens were exploring with the Randonautica app and were directed to a location near the water on a Seattle beach. When they arrived there, they found a mysterious suitcase near the shore.
Mysterious? That's like definitely dead bodies.
Suitcase at the beach.
Fucking cut up body in a fucking suitcase on the beach.
Wait, open it. Open it. It stinks, y'all.
It washed up.
Wait, it is a body?
Oh. Oh.
The contents inside smelled horrific, so the teens immediately called police.
Found a suitcase on the water.
And this is when things get truly bizarre. Turns
That
out,
actually like
the
happens a
small black
lot.
suitcase contained the remains.
Especially
of a
depends on where
human
you are.
body.
Not a fucking
No one
bodies
knows
in
where
the
the
water.
suitcase came from, and police are still investigating. Now let me say this again. This incident is 100% documented fact. It is not a fake video. It is not an elaborate hoax. In fact, this case was reported by multiple reliable
Then why
news
would you put it
outlets.
in the fucking...
It still remains completely unexplained. So, you decide.
Because it was unexplained.
Are all of these incidents just wildly random chance?
It's like all like dumb
Or
videos
is
and then just like
Randonautica
one
truly
really
tapping
fucked up
into
one.
something paranormal?
I don't know.
In
It's
the
unexplained.
shadows. Local police in a small neighborhood in Manila, Philippines received a report that a motorcycle mirror had been stolen. So they went to check the street CCTV to see if they'd caught any evidence of the crime. They didn't catch the crime on camera, but they did catch something.
You know, like,
That's a dog. The dog's gonna come out. The dog is gonna run. Watch. Is that a thief? Oh, it's a shadow, a ghost. What is this, a cat?
Sinisilip niya yung pusa. Ayun.
Sabi ko sa'yo, tumakbo, di ba? Tumakbo.
Ayun, bumalik siya. Sinisilip niya yung pusa.
Pusa pala yan, di pala aso.
Did you say pussycat?
Oh, doon, bilis. Sinabi ko sa'yo ngayon, tumakbo. Oh, sa gitna na, kanino. Sabi mo, oh. Dahan-dahan. Hindi naman tao, wala kang tao eh. Saka karpi na yan, wala lang tao dyan. Gabi? Paggabi. Paggabi lang yan. Ayun, lumalakad doon. Oh, diba?
I mean, it's so bad resolution, you can tell. How blurry.
Kaya sa mga CCTV hotel, sa condominium.
Oo, meron nangyayari dyan.
Ito, bukod to, naglalaro to eh. Yan, babalik yan. Saka tumago siya
It also hides from the cat. There's a guy.
O, diba? Dapat yung anino ng tao, pupunta doon. Wala siya eh.
Anino yan eh.
Anino ng tao, di ba?
Anino ng tao yan?
Oo, pero wala, nasaan yung tao?
Where's the person?
May dadaan nga tao.
It's actually a person who passed by.
Oo, nasa yung tao.
But where's the person? Who sees us first? Us.
Hindi, paano mo nalaman na ganyan? Diyan ka namin nakita? Kagabi? Nagbabantay kagabi dito?
Hindi, tinitingnan namin yung nabali ng kanyang motor.
Ang gano'n.
Yan ang nakita namin.
Yung side mirror ko, tinanggal, tinitingnan namin.
A dark translucent figure that seems to be about the size of a child appears to be playing hide and seek with nearby people and even the neighbor's cat. But wait, before you say it's just a shadow or it's a glitch in the camera, here's another video of the same street. In this clip, a woman unknowingly walks right past the creepy black mass.
Ayun, si Ate Leia. Ayan, tumago si Ate Leia. Oo, tumago. Diba? Bukod yung anino ng tao, bukod yung totoong anino niya.
The woman in the video doesn't even seem to see the dark shape. Even stranger is that we can see her very defined shadow on the ground. It looks very different from the semi-transparent dark mass and changes shape and even direction as she walks, like a normal shadow. So what is this?
Like
is it a ghost caught on
shadow.
CCTV? Or is it all just an elaborate hoax? You decide.
You decide.
That's all for now. Thanks for watching. Please follow me on Twitter at NukesTop5 because it's a nice thing to do. See you.
That one was kind of interesting. Kind of interesting. I saw one earlier that was really weird that I wanted to watch, maybe. What the fuck is... It was kind of long.
But there's a tree.
It's a channel we've never watched before.
So many movies that are designed to be scary are set in the woods. Really, the woods at night.
Teen terrorized by creature in the
Most of them are
forest.
like a cabin in the woods at night.
Give it a shot.
It's because
Never heard of this guy.
in the woods at
Got
night,
a
as
lot.
human
It had 2.3 million
checks a
views
lot
on
of
it.
Fear boxes. You have the isolation factor.
Yeah, I've never seen him
far away
before.
From society, that scares us. We don't want to be isolated. You feel more vulnerable that way. You know, it checks the darkness fear factor. As humans, we're mostly
Yeah, you've watched their
afraid of the
videos.
dark, 'cause you don't know what's around you or what's looking at you.
You guys
But
know them?
don't have the advantage of, you know, city lights beaming.
How's the
in. You're
volume?
kind of probably removed
Pretty
from
good.
lots of light pollution, so you're kind of like in total darkness. And I think the third fear check in the box would be the fact that it's easy to hide in the forest. You don't know what's watching you.
I like
because trees
scary
everywhere.
stories about the
You have
forest.
Animals, predators
Like woods.
potentially, or even predatory humans.
Houses in the middle of the woods getting like
Hollywood
weird
has
shit
picked up
happening
on
to
that
them.
and made
I don't
bunches
know. I
of
like that kind of
movies
stuff.
Of, you know, the whole cabin in the woods trope where somebody's isolated and scared in the woods because it works. It's something that we are afraid of. And so today's story starts off a lot like all the other kind of cliche cabin in the woods scary stories, but this one, it's different.
Like the one with
This
Bigfoot
scared
throwing rocks
the
at that
heck out of
house.
me. Because as I read the account of what happened in this cabin in the woods, I imagine myself being in this guy's position and thinking about the psychological trauma that this would have on you. And I've actually had a literal cabin in the woods scary experience, and you can check it out. It's one of my top videos on my YouTube channel. It's
really?
What I Saw in My Room Still Haunts Me. You can check it out. It's my own.
I feel like I've seen that. Oh, that's from Insidious.
Story. But having been through something like that
thumbnail,
I was able to put myself in this guy's position, and this story terrifies me. So as you're listening to today's story, try to put yourself in this guy's position and think to yourself, what would you have done? But before we get into today's story, if this type of content appeals to you, the kind of strange, dark, and mysterious that I'm going to deliver to you in a story format, if that's kind of your thing, I would ask you to please gently obliterate the like button and then subscribe to my channel.
Gently obliterate.
So you don't miss any of these strange, dark, and mysterious uploads that I do every week. All right, let's get into today's story. In 2010, a 17-year-old boy is devastated to find out that his father had suddenly passed away. And it really sent shockwaves through the whole family. Not only because now they're grieving the loss of their father, their husband, but because so much of their daily
maybe that's why the like button doesn't work. And
together. I mean, this was a very close family, and
subscribe
one of the
button.
things that they liked to do as a family was they owned a cabin. It was around Mount Bachelor in Oregon, this beautiful mountain where you can go snowboarding and skiing. They had this family cabin up there.
Mount Bachelor?
In the wintertime, this family would spend a lot of time there.
Sounds like a wholesome place.
As a family, spend time there as a family. It was this wonderful retreat. And as they're trying to settle the estate of their husband, their father, they're trying to figure out what they want to do.
Nah, I think every YouTuber does that.
All of a sudden, this place that, used to bring them so much joy and was a place of very fond memories suddenly felt kind of hollow. It just would never be the same. And so they decided that they were actually going to sell this cabin. And the 17-year-old boy was just really upset about this. He was very close with his father. He had some very fond memories of going hunting and skiing and snowboarding with his dad at this cabin. And so once the cabin was actually put up for sale by this boy's mother, he asked if, before they actually sell it, could he spend some time up there, I guess paying his respects in a way to his father. But he just wanted one more opportunity to spend some time in that cabin. And his mom said, go for it, take as many days as you want, go up and hang out in the cabin. But when you come back, we are going to sell the place. So his father had actually willed to his son his vehicle. And so the 17-year-old boy loads up his father's car. He goes out and he buys some snacks and drinks, heads up to the cabin in Oregon with the family dog whose name was Midnight. And his plan was just to go up to this
dog's name is Midnight. I don't know.
Enjoy being in this space.
And a spooky lineup.
Don't think about it as this place that now has no meaning because his father had died, but rather a place that he wanted one
That's what we
last
call
positive memory before
foreshadowing.
it was forever gone from their family. And so he gets up there, makes his way to the cabin, and he settles in for what turned out to be an abbreviated stay at the
darkening.
cabin. So in order to understand this story, we need to talk a little bit about the layout of the cabin itself. The cabin was 2 stories, and it was built
I've seen that
into a
stock picture before.
Mount Bachelor in Oregon. And so the back half
I like an
of
A-frame
the
house.
cabin was kind of settled into
Pretty cool.
the mountain. So there were no windows, save a little sliver of window that fed into the bathroom, actually, in the back of the cabin. The front of the cabin was this beautiful, double-decker cabin with, windows on the second floor that fed into the master bedroom.
Double-decker.
On the second floor, there was a walk-out balcony that kind of jutted out a few feet from the second deck. The first floor, you could see in through all these beautiful windows. There was a sitting area, like a living room and a TV, and then a small kitchen as well. So the cabin was built in an area that was heavily forested. So they had to clear out, a bunch of trees to even build this cabin when the family had this built years and years ago. And so they really only cleared away the front section of trees so that there was a clear shot to the house. But the sides and the back were very heavily forested with these huge tall pine trees. And they basically had this little tiny driveway that fed in through all the trees, and you had this one kind of clearing in front of the cabin. So if you were on the second floor of the cabin, where there's the master bedroom, there's a bed up there, and you were looking out that window, you'd be looking over the balcony out into a clearing, basically. But there's a tree line, 100 yards past that clearing that's very dense. And there's actually a couple of trees, fairly prominent trees, that are sitting in front of the cabin that they did
I keep thinking about that ladder.
One of which, for the story, we'll call it the sitting
I don't know.
tree. Parallel to the ground, about 20 feet up, was this beautiful branch that looked perfect for a whole bunch of people sitting on it.
Like, who's gonna climb that
20
ladder?
feet above the ground, and there wasn't really any way to climb up to it, and no one was trying to climb this tree. But there's this tree that basically has a seat, if you will. Like the branch is like a seat that is looking directly into the cabin. And that's gonna matter later in the story. So clearing in front of the cabin with this one kind of sitting tree, and then a very dense forest 360 degrees beyond, you know, that one clearing. So when the 17-year-old gets to the cabin, he goes inside, he puts his drinks in the fridge, puts his snacks on the counter, he hooks up his PlayStation to the TV, and he's just like having a great time. His dog Midnight is roaming around, enjoying being at the cabin, and you know, he's having a great time. And over the course of the first 2 days that he was there, it was everything he hoped it would be. It was like he was bonding with his father one last time. It was a peaceful time that he was there. He was happy to be there. And he was just enjoying himself, eating snacks and playing video games for a couple of days. He actually left a couple times to go snowboarding too. But
By himself,
on the
though?
third day that he was there, things started to get...
What did the dog do when he went
on the third day
snowboarding?
when he got up, it had snowed dramatically the night before. A couple of feet of snow on the ground, still snowing pretty heavily. And he's like, you know, I just don't feel like brushing off my car and trying to go to the store or go to the slopes to go snowboarding. I'm just going to basically be shut
The
in
dog
for the day."
snowboarded too.
And he was excited about it. He's like, great, me and my dog Midnight can bomb around the inside and play some more video games and eat some more snacks and do whatever. Midday that day, Midnight needed to pee, so he went outside with Midnight and let Midnight run around and go to the bathroom. And while he's out there with his dog, he notices there are some
Midnight?
footprints in the snow that looked relatively fresh. And this is the first time that he's...
You can't let Midnight out at midnight,
So they aren't his.
or else they'll just like
And his
disappear.
neighbors were pretty
They
far away,
evaporate.
and he figured that they were older, that they were probably not going to be trekking around the woods. So he's thinking to himself, I wonder who made these footprints. And he's looking at them, and they started in the woods. So the woods are not that far away from where he is. He's in a relatively small clearing just in front of his cabin. But he can tell these fresh footprints have come out of the woods. And they're basically right in front of this clearing. And he notices that they bank around and go to the back of his cabin and kind of go up onto the mountain. And he kind of just starts walking and following the footprints a bit, and they kind of disappear up onto the mountain behind his cabin. And he's not overly concerned or anything, but he definitely takes note that more than likely somebody was walking around his cabin. Maybe it was someone who got lost, maybe it was a neighbor. I mean, he's rationalizing it. He's thinking, you know what? It can't have been anything too serious. Obviously, they didn't knock on my door. They didn't need anything. And so he kind of writes it off. So that night, he stays up late playing video games, and his dog is sleeping next to his chair. And at some point, he's tired and he wants to go to bed. So he draws all the curtains, so blackout curtains around the downstairs, shuts all the blinds, and locks all the windows, all the doors, and heads upstairs to the lofted second floor where the master bedroom is. He, gets in bed, turns off all the lights, everything's locked, everything's shut, the dog climbs into bed, and the dog would sleep up near his head. And suddenly the dog jumps up, still on the bed, and looks at the stairs leading downstairs to the front door. And its ears are perked up, like it's heard something. And it wasn't unusual for the dog to be a little jumpy, maybe it heard something. He wasn't overtly concerned. But when Midnight, the dog, jumps off the bed and sprints downstairs after having this sudden alertness.
Is it right at midnight, though?
Now he is a little bit worried. He's thinking, well, I saw footsteps yesterday walking around my cabin, and now it's the middle of the night, and my dog is downstairs acting like it's heard something, and he hears the dog, Midnight, pacing around the downstairs, like back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Every indication is the dog wants to go outside. That's the noises that he's picking up that signal from the dog.
Fair enough.
And so finally, even though he's feeling a little bit unnerved by this, he decides to go down and see what Midnight wants. And so Midnight is by the door, ears perked up, very eager to go outside. It's pacing.
Scarecrow.
And he thinks, you know what, she just needs to go to the bathroom. And so he opens the door with Midnight, and he goes outside, and he expects his dog to pee. But Midnight doesn't need to pee. Midnight starts kind of stalking around the corner and looking out across the clearing towards the sitting tree in that direction, and it just stops. And it's looking at something very intently, as if it spotted an animal or something in the woods. And so the boy is looking at the dog, and he's kind of trying to encourage the dog to do its business so they can go back in the
dog
cabin.
doing.
And he's starting to feel really uncomfortable. He's looking around. He's thinking like, okay, I don't know what's going on. Like, I'm a little bit concerned now. And he's sensing that Midnight is going at some point to try to take off after whatever she sees in the woods. And so preemptively, he grabs Midnight and says, all right, drags Midnight back in the house and shuts the door and locks it and takes one last look out the window of the door and just kind of looks out. I mean, it's dark, he doesn't have a light or anything. And he's like, man, that's creepy. Locks it, shuts the blinds, confirms everything downstairs is locked, you know, does a sanity check to make sure everything is locked, and he goes back upstairs with Midnight. Midnight did not want to go back upstairs. He had to practically drag her back upstairs. And then when they did get back in bed, Midnight refused to get in bed, but instead stood next to the bed looking at the stairs.
Dude,
wanting to go downstairs.
these fight animals are annoying though to go to bed. Like sometimes you just can't go to sleep with an animal.
So he's laying there in bed.
Like you need to get them the fuck out of the room.
The fact that his dog is very much on edge, but he's trying to fall back asleep, trying to convince himself that nothing weird is going on.
It's like a bad habit.
About 30 minutes
to like
of
sleep
that,
with your dog or cat in the room. I think almost sometimes.
As he's laying there,
not saying I don't do it, but
all of a sudden he hears
fucking pain in the
on
ass.
his roof. Now the roof is right above his head. I mean, he's on the second floor. There is no attic. The roof is right there. And he hears about 6 footsteps. And he actually described it as something with hooves. And his dog instantly looks up as well. And they're both watching the ceiling as what sounds like hooves walking along the roof of this cabin. And it was so distinctive that immediately...
Yeah, sometimes my cat is pretty good.
How could
just chilling. Sometimes he's like getting up and walking around. It's like, all right, stop.
Of the house. There is no way, unless you like leapt from a tree,
can't do that, I'm sleeping,
or had a ladder for you to get on the roof. And how did we not hear, if they leapt from a tree or a ladder even, how didn't we hear a loud slamming sound when they first landed on the roof? Like it's as if they've been there for a while and we just didn't know. And so then the footsteps stop, and at this point the dog stops looking at the roof and goes right to the balcony, which is shut. There's a door shut to the balcony, and there's curtains drawn against the balcony, so he can't see what's out there. And so the 17-year-old boy is sitting in his bed, and he's like, oh, I don't want to see what's on the porch. And he even says in his write-up about this that he's like, you know, I'm a pretty tough guy, but I'm in the middle of the woods, in the middle of the night, totally isolated. Like, I almost don't want to know what's going on outside. I just want to pretend it's not happening. But at some point, he musters the courage to go out on the balcony. And so he walks over very timidly to the door, and Midnight's there ready to go outside. And he takes a deep breath and he slides open the blackout curtains. But there's no light outside and there's no light inside, so it's just kind of darkness. And he can barely make out even just the snow that's on the balcony right in front of him. And he takes a deep breath and he unlocks the door and he opens it up. And the first thing he does is he turns and he looks up at the roof to see if there's a deer or a moose or something on the roof. There's nothing up there, and he's kind of peering around.
No one wanted to hang out with him except for his dog.
So in a way, he's kind of relieved, right? Like, I must have been imagining that. He had a flashlight, and so at this point, he's looking back at his roof of his cabin, and he shines the light real quick, and it's totally dark out, right? So this light goes very far, and he sees nothing. And the dog at this point, he can hear the dog making kind of some commotion below him. It's angling itself to look out in the direction of the sitting tree and out towards that tree line where the dog had originally been fixated on something in the tree line. And so just doing his diligence, the 17-year-old scans from the top of the roof where he sees nothing. He starts scanning over to the side of the house, right? Like this is the direction of the sitting tree. He's looking over here and he's scanning the tree line, just looking for anything that might have been on the roof. And he's looking, and he's looking, and he's looking, and then he gets to the sitting tree. And his flashlight stops on a man crouched on that perch, 20 feet off the ground on the sitting tree, who looked very tall. He had his hands holding onto the branch right above him, and his mouth is open. And he's holding onto the branch, and he's looking directly at the boy. Unblinking, 100% focused on him. He's less than 50 yards away from him at this point.
What the fuck?
It took him a second, the 17-year-old, to register what his flashlight was pointed at, and he panics and he drops it. And the dog reacts to the drop flashlight too. And because he's alone out here, he needs to protect himself, so he scoops that light back up and he shines it one more time to see, like, holy cow, like, what
he's
did I
gone.
see? And the guy on the branch is now gone.
Of course.
And he scans the ground. There's nothing. And he's terrified at this point, so he grabs his dog, throws Midnight back into the cabin, runs back in, shuts the door, locks it, closes the blinds, turns off his light, and literally gets back in bed with his dog, and he's now basically cowering on the bed. So at this point, they're sitting on the bed. Midnight is no longer acting like she wants to go outside. I think she's picking up potentially on the paranoia. Okay. At this point, the boy and his dog are sitting on the bed, and they're both scared at this point. Midnight, was fearsome while she was outside, but now that she's back inside, she doesn't want to go near the door either. She's rubbing up against him. She doesn't want to go anywhere. And they're sitting there, and the boy, all he's thinking to himself is, did I really just see that? It looked like an unnaturally tall man. How did he get in the tree? That's 20 feet off the ground.
Unnaturally tall dude is
There's no
scary.
way to get up into the tree. And why was it
The scariest part of It Follows is unnaturally tall man.
Was anything on the roof? And if this thing can get 20 feet up into a tree, it certainly can get on the roof of my cabin, I would imagine. But what was it? So he's having this type of thought process, and he's realizing too that it's not that late in the night. He still has hours until the sun's going to come up. And as he's basically panicking and feeding off his own paranoia, and it's getting worse and worse by the second, he hears tapping on the door, on the front door of his cabin. And his heart sinks, and he and his dog kind of look in the direction of the tapping, and he knows he's not going to go open the door. He knows the door is locked. He knows everything is locked. He's panicking that maybe it wasn't, but he knows he locked it. And the tapping just sounds like a finger tapping on the window. And at some point the tapping stops, and he thinks, okay.
Oh yeah, that's a story from Scary Stories to Tell at Night. I forget the name of it.
Sounds like footsteps outside, and then tapping begins on the side of his cabin. Not the front door anymore, like the wall of the cabin. Now it's a little bit louder. The tapping continues up the side of the house, and then it stops. And he's sitting there and he's thinking, whatever this is walking around my cabin. And then he hears tapping on the little slit that is the window that feeds into the bathroom that's right behind the bedroom that he's in right now. So 6 feet away, maybe 10 feet away, whatever this thing is, it's now literally just a small pane of glass away, tapping on the glass. And so now he's petrified. And he's just hoping that this thing goes away. It doesn't. It goes to the other side of the cabin and starts tapping on the wall on the other side of the cabin, and makes it all the way back to the front, where it begins tapping on the glass of the front window, back to the door. And he's just thinking, like, whatever this is walking around my cabin, tapping all over my cabin. And then all the tapping stops. And his heart's racing. It's the middle of the night. He's in the middle of the woods somewhere. He's totally isolated. And then it's like his worst nightmare comes true.
Oh yeah, it's Meaty Toe Doe Walker. You got it.
Balcony, and then tapping right on the big sliding glass doors of the door leading out to the balcony. And he knows that right behind a blackout curtain and a pane of glass is
holy shit, that
tall
face.
man, more than likely, who's right on his balcony. And the tapping on the balcony.
The fuck was that face?
On and on, and then all of a sudden it stops. And he's just waiting for it to open the door and come inside. But it doesn't. Instead, it goes on the roof, and it starts tapping on the roof directly above him. And the tapping continues all night. And so finally, the sun comes up. He hasn't slept all night, and he finally gets the courage to go over to the balcony and open up the curtains and see what's out there. And when he does, there is nothing out there, but there's
nothing.
Footprints, as if someone had been pacing on the balcony all night. He opens it up, and he finally just jumps out and looks up on his roof. There's nothing on his roof. He can see all these footprints on his roof. He looks down, and it's like a racetrack of footprints all around his house. Someone had been basically stalking his house all night, and then the footsteps retreat all the way to the sitting tree and then go back into the woods. He packed up his stuff, he left, and he couldn't have been happier that the family sold that cabin, because he was never going to go back. So to this day, he has no idea what it was, and even if it was just a person who was tapping on your windows and your walls and your roof and your balcony, even if it was just a human being doing that, that would be horrifying. Let alone if it was something else, something paranormal. And so if you want to check out my video about my experience, it's on my channel called What I Saw in My Room Still Haunts Me.
Yeah, it's pretty spooky.
It's eerily similar to the one that I just described of the 17-year-old in Oregon. And so I'd love to hear in the comments what you think was doing all.
Here's a link to the channel.
If it's possible, that was just.
I'll check out his channel again sometime.
With this poor kid, or maybe it was something else. So let me know in the comments, and I'll try to get back to as many people as I possibly can. If you haven't already, please, if you like this story, gently obliterate the like button.
Obliterate the like button. Mr. Ballin. I will check out more of his videos. was good. Oh, here we go. Between the first and second
the
floor.
owner just up and vanished. Couldn't tell you why. Here. The man took the keys and welcomed
Hope
his
it's
new
not
home.
fucking weird.
After the old owner disappeared, leaving his home and belongings behind in ruins, the colonial property became a bargain sale on the market. The man entered the renovated two-story home and began unpacking his things.
The man entered.
Everything was fine until that day. A month later, he hears something.
Us. Hello? Who's there?
The man stops on his stairs and looks around.
Avas.
He looks down at the steps, getting prone to listen closer.
Save us!
His heart stops and he jolts up. What he heard was a child's voice from below the steps.
I'll get you out of there. Just wait 1 second.
He runs upstairs to his room to find
Dead
his
kid in the
tools.
stairs.
Ease, please.
He hears more from below his feet.
What the? But how's that?
Sure enough,
What the?
he hears a child begging from beneath his bedroom floor, despite the lack of any space beneath it. He finds a big hammer.
Stand back!
Big hammer.
He shouts, driving the hammer into the floorboards.
Got it.
Prying the hammer from
Damn, the
hole,
floors were just
he dropped
hollow.
to the floor and started to look through it. However, he couldn't see anything, only darkness, so he shined a flashlight into the hole. Just then, he saw an eye peeking through the hole.
No,
it
it's
soon disappeared
like
and a mouth
Dragon Ball
moved to
Z
replace
character.
it. Shrieking, he fell back.
Get us out of here, sir. It's so dark. Find the exit.
In search of a trap door, his hammer leaves 20 more holes behind.
Help us! Help us escape, please!
The hammer hits
Find
something
the exit!
solid,
Oh,
so
no.
he pried apart the floorboards. It was a metal door. He opened it and shined the flashlight down, but the light barely penetrated the darkness, so he got to his knees and reached down into the hole.
Grab on! I'll pull you kids out of there!
He feels a hand, then 2, then 10. Before he can speak, he's yanked hard onto the floor, his face pressed against it. When he struggled to pull his arm out, his right eye over a hole saw another mouth appear under the hole.
What
with
the
pink lips
fuck?
smiling. It was giggling, then licked his eye.
Licked his eye?
His arm started throbbing in pain. When he managed to rip his arm away from the hole and got up, he could see the bite marks on his skin.
What's wrong with you? What are you trying to do?
Cacophonous giggles erupted from the holes. He had enough. He started off, leaving to find someone else to help.
Is it like a
Then,
child
an
predator
arm
clown?
suddenly broke through the floor
Ghost.
and grabbed his ankle. Screaming, he shook it loose and started running, but dozens more arms tried to grab after him as he barreled downstairs. He slipped through them and finally reached the door. All of a sudden, the ceiling started splitting.
Why is
and
eye
the
licking
giggling
gross?
returned as eyes and mouths appeared in the cracks.
There's other things that are grosser.
He fleed out the door and never came back.
Yo, what the fuck?
A month later, a woman came to the house.
Why is she carrying a piano?
So yeah, another disappeared, just like the prior owner. Here you go, ma'am. She took the keys and welcomed her new home.
Wow, got him. And welcome them home. We disappeared, the prior owner. They're like, yeah, we don't give a shit. Me in. Houses are too expensive. Bum, bum, bum. I'm just looking for another one. Looking for a story. My dad's friend lives in a haunted house.
My name is Sam.
It was August of 2001. I was 15 and accompanying my dad to visit his friend's new house. My dad's friend, who we call Rick, just moved into this house a few weeks ago. My dad wanted to visit and ask about renovation and decorating the place, as it was pretty old. Well, I'm English, so that means my country is full of old houses, from like the 1500s. Rick had bought an antique castle thing in a forest. I know, pretty creepy, right? Anyway, we arrived and Rick and his wife invited us in. My dad and Rick soon went off to the garage to discuss what plans were for that room. I was left alone with Georgina, Rick's wife, and their newborn baby, Rick Jr. Georgina asked me to fetch some formula from the kitchen for little Ricky. Being the good 15-year-old boy, I agreed.
Being the good 15-year-old boy?
Demons.
Damn.
I went into the kitchen and the first thing I noticed was a trap door in the corner. Me, being curious, I opened it.
What the
fuck? A
fuck?
terrible smell filled the kitchen.
I found
It
a
smelled
trap
like
door,
horse
so I opened
manure
it.
mixed with puke. Suddenly, a pale hand with long fingers grabbed me. I swore and started hitting the hand. Another hand grabbed my other hand and tried to drag me
Exact
down.
same story.
I shouted for my dad. Suddenly, purple eyes appeared from the darkness of the trap door. They stared at me. My dad rushed in, and the hands disappeared. I had scratches on my arm, and so I ran them under some cold water. My dad asked me what had happened. I
get
said
some fucking
there was
people
some
into the
demon
house?
guy in the cellar. My dad and Rick grabbed flashlights and searched the basement. Nothing was there. We called the cops who searched the property, and of course, they found nothing. When I got home, I went straight to
What
my
the cops
computer.
at?
It turns out a man was shot in a hunting accident there, roughly around 1770. But trust me, those hands weren't of a man.
Weren't of a man.
Rick still lives there, and over the past 18 years, there have been countless sightings and weird stuff. I just hope whoever or whatever that thing is goes away.
I don't get it. What happened to him? Where did he go? Where did he go, though? Where exactly? Looking for another video real quick. Two. I ain't never seen two pretty best friends.
You'll be starting out with cold cases. The police chief tells the detective who has just arrived for his first day at the precinct. We've got more than enough to keep you busy, so head on down to the archives and get started.
We got more than enough to keep you
The detective is
busy.
looking forward to taking on these unsolved crimes. Cracking the overlooked and long since forgotten cases is one of his specialties, and it brings him great joy to solve the puzzles that no one else has been able to. The detective heads to a part of the police station that doesn't look like it sees much foot traffic, where he finds the door labeled Archives. Inside the room, the air is musty, and when the detective sets down his bag on a table, a thick cloud of dust is ejected and makes him sneeze. He takes out the list of cases he's supposed to be working on and goes to a shelf containing rows and rows of evidence boxes. He pulls one down and starts looking through the files inside. It's full of police reports, witness statements, crime scene photos, and even bits of evidence. Hours pass as the detective goes down his list, looking through box after box, report after report. He finds that it's best to take a cursory survey first and see if anything leaps out at him before drilling down to start combing through the details. As he pulls down the last box from his list of cases that the chief told him to work on, he notices something. High up on a shelf, nestled among the many identical cardboard boxes, is what looks to be a piece of leather luggage. He can't help but wonder what this is doing here in the archives. Is it a piece of evidence from another case that got left here for some reason? Or did someone simply forget their bag after they finished looking through old files? Whatever the reason it's here, he has a job to do, and investigating this bag isn't on his list.
We've got a
But
job
then again,
to do.
he knows he won't be able to focus until he knows what this bag
Body
is
harvester?
and what's inside. He'll let himself take just a quick peek, then it's back to work.
It's like transparent.
The detective returns to the shelf with the bag. It looks like it's been here for a long time. There's a layer of dust covering it that's as thick as anything else in the room. He takes it down and blows the dust off the bag. He unlatches it, and inside he finds a folder. Is this just another report? But what's it doing here?
Folder.
Maybe they ran out of boxes one day and someone decided to use an old briefcase instead. The detective takes out the folder and opens it. Just as he suspected, it is another case report. It's only a single page, though, with several photographs paper-clipped to it. He takes the photos off the report and begins looking through them. They appear to be numbered in order, and the first picture shows a mess of red liquid and chunks of what might be meat or bone. The next two show various angles of a badly mutilated corpse. It's been so violently mangled, though, that the victim is barely even recognizable as a human. The detective paperclips the photos back to the report and puts it back in the case. If this murder only has one page of evidence to work with, then he is classifying it as a revisit after literally everything else in the room is solved kind of case. The detective goes back to the last box that he was looking through and starts flipping through the case files again. But something about that leather briefcase and the photos inside won't get out of his mind. Maybe there is something there. Without even realizing it, he's suddenly standing over the case again. He takes out the report and starts looking through the pictures once more. Again, he sees the disfigured corpse from different angles, but the fourth picture is completely different. This one shows what looks to be someone's feet, but they're up in the air, as if they jumped and took a picture of their shoes. There's something wrong with the picture too, some kind of odd discoloration around the edges. It looks like an error occurred in the development process. Why would this be in a case file? It's tugging at his curiosity.
You know why.
But no, he really shouldn't be spending his time on this, not on his first day at a new job. The detective places everything back in the case and puts it back up on the shelf where he found it before deciding to call it a day. That night, he finds that he can't sleep. The detective keeps seeing the disfigured face every time he closes his eyes. And why the picture of floating feet? What does it all mean? His mind is racing, trying to make sense of it all. By the time his alarm starts beeping, the detective realizes that he hasn't slept at all. Later that morning, the detective is back in the chief's office again. The chief tells him that he looks awful and asks if the job is getting to him already. The detective does look terrible, and something about the room is making him very uncomfortable. The ceiling feels too low, like it moved down a foot or two since the last time he was here. It's also very dim. Who can operate in such a dark room? He stands up and asks if he can turn on some more lights, and before the chief can answer, he switches on more. The chief squints from the bright fluorescent lights coming on and tells the detective to get back to work and to make sure he gets some sleep that night. If he can't, then maybe this job isn't for him. The detective returns to the archives to pick up where he left off the day before and goes back to looking through the files on his list. But of course, that leather briefcase always seems to be right in his
being
field of
fed
view,
on now, isn't he?
reaching out
He's
to
dying.
him, begging him to uncover its secrets. That's it, the detective thinks. He has no choice. He has to know what's going on with this file. He takes the briefcase down again, opens the report, and starts going through the photos again. 3 pictures of a gross corpse, check. Picture 4 showing someone's feet. Nothing new there. Now it's time to finally look at the rest. The 5th picture is similar to the 4th, but the person's feet look a little closer to the ground. Wait a minute. Are these in reverse order? He looks at the next. This one doesn't have anyone in it. It's a picture of a table, and it looks like there is writing on it, though the writing is very small. He leans in close and squints, but he still can't make it out. He runs to his own bag and searches around until he finds what he was looking for, a magnifying glass. He goes back to the picture, and with the magnifying glass, he can finally read the writing. It's above you.
No.
He snaps his head up and looks above him, but nothing is there.
What?
He laughs to himself. Of course nothing is there. Maybe the chief is right. Maybe something really is getting to him and he isn't cut out for this job. but still he needs to learn more. He looks at the 7th picture. He sees now that he was right. These are definitely in reverse chronological order. In the next picture, he sees whoever took the photos approaching the table in the room. In the 10th photo, he sees them walking through a doorway. In the 11th, he sees them opening the door to the room. Finally, he comes to the last photo. It's a photo of the closed door to the room. There's writing on the door, and the detective can hardly believe what he is seeing when he reads it. The writing on the door says, "Archives." The detective jumps up and spins around, but the room is empty. There's no one here but him.
I'm wearing a garbage bag for a coat.
Is this some kind of prank? He picks up the report the pictures were attached to. There must be some answers in there. The paper appears to be a standard police report that was filled out following the discovery of a homicide. The top of the page lists the address where the murder took place. It's the very place he is now, the police station's address. Next to it is the date. It's impossible, though. The date is today's.
Oh, no.
Archives can hold untold secrets, and many of those are often quite dangerous, as anyone familiar with the SCP Foundation is already well aware. Rarely is the file in the archive itself the danger, but that is exactly the case with SCP-767, a deadly series of crime scene photos that are anything but what they seem. SCP-767 is the designation for a series of anomalous objects, which were recovered from a police department's own archives. They include a series of 12 Polaroid photographs, which have been given the designation SCP-767-1 through 12, that appear to be the source of the anomalous properties surrounding the objects. Each photograph is labeled 1 through 12 in the lower left-hand corner, though they appear to be labeled in reverse chronological order. When viewed in reverse, that is, starting with the picture labeled 12, the photos depict
kind of almost reminds me of like
someone entering
the
a room and examining a table. The table will have writing on it, which alternates between the iterations of SCP-767, and will either read, "It's above you," or "On the ceiling," written with a red substance that appears to be fresh blood. The next photos continue to be from a first-person perspective and will show the person taking the photos being lifted up into the air above the table, with wisps of black smoke visible around the edges of the frame that look at first glance like either photo development issues or damage to the picture.
Not until the 20th
final three
of
pictures
October,
depict a fresh corpse that has been so heavily mutilated by lacerations that it is completely unrecognizable. While the last picture shows a body that appears to have been virtually liquefied in some way, with gore and viscera spread around the room.
Thank you for the big
The origin of these photos is unknown, and it's unknown if they were ever taken at all or merely manifested in some way. When the photos are taken to a new location and are allowed to remain there for 1 week, they will change to reflect a room within the building where they are being kept, with the individual portrayed in the photos being an image of the last person to experience the photo's frightening effects. More on what those are later. The ability of SCP-767 to change based on the location it is in is also present in SCP-767-13 and 14, which are the police report and the brown leather valise that always accompany the photos. The police report has an address and date at the top, both of which will somehow change to reflect the current date and location of SCP-767, while the leather briefcase has a gold monogram on it that will change to whatever the name is of the owner or head of the structure that it is contained in. But that is far from where the anomalous properties of SCP-767 end. Individuals who are exposed to the photographs will experience a wide range of effects that are based on how far into the photo series they look. Those that view SCP-767-1 through 3 will report feeling no special effects, besides the normal reaction one has to seeing a badly mutilated corpse, with most describing the photos as weird or disturbing. Those that view the photos labeled 4 through 6, though, will usually report that they have developed feelings of claustrophobia, with many also reporting a newfound bout of nyctophobia, that is, fear of the dark, or more specifically, a fear of the potential for bad things to happen in the dark. These fears will also vary in intensity based on how many of the photos were viewed. Subjects who are exposed to the 7th, 8th, and 9th photos will feel an overwhelming desire to inspect the ceiling, and most are observed snapping their heads upwards immediately after reading the writing on the table in the photo.
What the fuck?
In later interviews, subjects have described the feeling as instinctual, or as if someone had yelled the words at them like a warning. Following this, the subject will experience a sensation of being watched, and will usually report having persistent chills. Those who view the final 3 photos will appear to suffer a fear-induced paralysis effect when they attempt to move away from the photos. a shadowy, black, effervescent mass will begin to form on the ceiling directly above the subject, which has been designated SCP-767-15, though the presence of this mass has only been reported by in-person witnesses, as it doesn't appear on photographic or video recordings. Tendrils of the gaseous material will reach down from the mass and grab the affected subject, lifting them up into the air before violently attacking them. The subject will suffer deep lacerations
I'm sure
as
that's
the tendrils
fine.
cut into it before it completely destroys them, leaving them as little more than a pool of blood and pieces of flesh. The nature of this dark cloud of gas, where it comes from, or why it engages in this behavior is currently unknown, and attempts to stop it once it has gotten hold of its victim have only led to those who intervene being pushed away by a powerful force, with all weapons passing harmlessly through the mass. In the time since its discovery by the SCP Foundation, multiple other unsolved cases of victims that appeared to suffer similar fates have been identified, and investigations into whether they are connected to SCP-767 and the 767-15 entity are ongoing.
Yeah, it sounds like a bunch of things.
The SCP-767-1 through 12 photos are to be kept inside of the SCP-767-13 report, which is itself stored within the brown leather SCP-767-14 valise. And the entire group is kept at an SCP Foundation Hazardous Items Secure Containment Center. Due to the little we understand about its nature or origin, the entirety of the anomalous objects that make up SCP-767, including the SCP-767-15 entity, have been classified as Euclid, and any access to the objects requires written authorization from at least one Level 4 site administrator. SCP-767 may not be the most dangerous file in the SCP Foundation's archive, but it may just be the most dangerous literal file. There are plenty other surprisingly dangerous objects that can impact you in ways you never expected, though, like SCP-1875, the antique chess automaton that is capable of powerful effects that you have to see to believe. Go watch that file examination right now, and don't forget to subscribe to be the first to learn about the next anomaly from the SCP Foundation's classified archives.
All right, let's do something a little different. Gonna watch up straight up list video, but about clowns.
What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Nexus. Today we're going to go over the top 10 scariest clown sightings caught on video.
Hell
If you're
yeah.
new here and enjoy this content, make sure to subscribe so you get notified.
1
when we
million
post a video.
exactly, damn.
Now let's aim for that golden like button, which
No
is
likes,
1,000
though.
likes. So make sure to drop a like down below to help us hit our goal. Other than that, let's get into it.
Yeah, we've watched all BuzzFeed Unsolved, though.
So these clown sightings have been popping up for the past couple weeks. It started in South Carolina and is slowly spreading across the country, finding their way to
Are
the
they
West
holding
Coast.
hands?
These sightings have included testimonies that the clowns are inviting children into the woods. There hasn't been any actual attacks, but here are 10 recent videos of these creepy clowns. Number 10. Free hugs. Now the driver pulls up to a clown standing alone in a shopping center, asking for free hugs.
How's he gonna
drive off
hug
so
with all
quick?
the stuff in
All
his
he wanted
hands?
was a hug. Number 9. Snapchat clown. Do you think these are just kids trying to scare people, or are these real clowns wanting to hurt people?
No. Bruh.
Snapchat video from a side window as well. It was scary. We're taking the sightings seriously, but think the creepy clown may just be a kid trying to scare.
Number 8.
I downloaded
Skipping down the
TikTok.
road. This is a very short video, but still a spooky one. My guess is the driver's doubling back around after seeing the clown, and the clown's playful skip turned quickly into a violent run after him.
Yeah, that's what all these videos are from, is 2016.
Yeah, what the fuck? Number 7. Clowns in the corn.
Clowns in the
Now,
corn.
Cornfields and clowns aren't a good mix, but what these two friends experience is very frightening even during the day.
How do you get out of the car?
Did you see a clown? No fucking way. What are you fucking... Fuck, Trevor! Oh my god! Get in here! What the fuck? Go, fuck! Oh my god! Go! What the fuck? Holy fuck! Oh my god! Oh my god! What? Oh shit! He just went back. Oh my god! Oh my god! What? Wow! Oh my fucking god! What the fuck? Oh my god! Oh wow!
This would be the great. Like, all right, imagine this, but it's like for American Horror Story. I could totally see this happening, like as an arc, and it's like, yeah, kids like making dumb clown videos for YouTube, but then they accidentally like run somebody over and they like explode. It's like a clown or something like that. That'd be kind of cool.
Number
like
6,
one of like VHS or something like that.
Now Leo Flores and his friends
where it looks
were
like
playing
found
catch with a
footage, but just
football
like
when
something
one of them
dumb
threw it
happens.
too far and it landed in the woods.
Like run
Now,
over
like
an
any
actual
normal
monster.
person, they went looking for it. But what Leo found wasn't a ball.
I'm gonna find this damn ball.
Spider webs all over me, bro. What the fuck? Oh shit.
Let's take a slower look at that. Number 5, clown shooting. Even if this is just a fad prank, do not trespass onto someone else's property, or you could be gunned down like this clown in the woods of Orlando, Florida.
Come out where I can see your face. Do not fucking move. Slow. Slow. Do not move.
Do not
You will get
fucking
shot.
move.
Do not move.
I can't even see it.
Slow. Come on.
Oh, I can see his face a little.
Slow. Stop. Stop right there. Don't you fucking move. What the fuck are you doing here? I want you to turn around, face the other side of the trees, and walk backwards behind me now. Hey, don't. Motherfucker. You know what? I fucking told you.
Gonna shoot him.
God damn it. Stop. The fuck?
Number 4,
Oh
clown
my
chase.
god.
If you're on a hike with your friends and do see a clown, don't
I think
stop
that
and
could be
ask what's
that's
wrong
fake
with
as
him.
fuck, whatever it was.
Delaney, I know you're scared. Shh. Shh. You guys be quiet. Yo, what the fuck are you doing?
I've seen this one before too.
Oh,
Number 3, laughing clown. This couple was running for their lives from a
The
clown
laughing
and they escaped
clown.
into their car. Unknowingly, they wanted to go back and see the clown up close and taunt him some more.
You have a gun? Oh. Yeah.
Come back around.
I mean, portrait mode isn't bad if it makes the resolution better, though, too. I'm stretching it the fuck out, but. It depends, I guess. But yeah, definitely not ideal.
Do you see anything?
No. T2 clown just running after them. The fuck is he doing? There he is.
One, movie clown. Now this video is pretty long and definitely feels like the beginning of a horror movie. These friends see something in the woods and decide to investigate.
Nah, the chase scene Terminator 2 with the.
Dude, it's
Probably nothing, but I need to get me a towel. I got this crap all over me.
you shit mouth.
Oh, whatever.
Bro.
Hey, you shit mouth.
Oh,
What the fuck is that?
What?
Dude, look at that.
Is that real?
Alright.
Is that real?
What was it? What was it? I didn't see.
It's the clown, bro.
Fine.
No, it's not.
Let me get my Snapchat.
Holy crap, where'd it go? Bullshit.
Didn't you fucking say there was?
Yeah, I mean, I recorded a video.
It's freaking gone. Oh my god.
Dude, Joe, oh fuck!
Get him, hurry, he's there.
What the fuck?
Dude, Garrett, stop! Dude, what the heck?
What the fuck?
Just chasing it.
Dude, it's dangerous.
Oh, my phone died. Come over here. Dude, what is that?
Holy fuck.
Go over there. Go. Find
I don't know.
Go, Garrett. He's going.
Dude,
go.
Come on, come on.
Shit. What?
He's got a fucking machete.
He's got a fucking machete.
Where?
Shit.
Go!
Oh, somebody call the cops, bro. Dude, fucking call the cops.
Go, dude.
Thanks for watching our top 10 scariest clown videos. If you did enjoy this, don't forget.
Go, dude.
Thanks for watching our top 10 scariest clown videos. If you did enjoy this, don't forget.
Can you repeating yourself? Yeah, no one got shot in that one. What the fuck? Why would you go in this tunnel? Attica? Look at the little van. Little chubby van. Not sure, I guess, yeah. What did it say? Is this the tunnel from Psycho Map? Unanaki Tunnel. Damn. Yo, imagine if you were walking and you saw that. Just be like, what the fuck? Try to knock it over. You could like see her there though. He just ditched her? Oh my god. Nah, I haven't seen the flamethrower thing. Yeah, where does the tunnel go? Like, where are they going there to get scared on purpose? Did they see it? Little leg. It's so weird. Some cops? Fucking start shooting it. That one's gonna be funny. They almost didn't even notice. Like looking like a statue. The way this guy's running is like, looks like he expects it. Maybe he saw it. Oh, fuck. Like, what do they look like? They definitely look like they're expecting something. But that might make sense. I don't know. Oh my god, they just fell. Oh. This music is funny. Bum, bum, bum. Nice boots. People get shot doing dumb pranks everywhere in the world. What the hell are you talking about? Oh my god, she just gives up. Bullets can't hurt you anywhere else in the world. I'm not gonna argue about it, but that's 100% not true. This music. But yeah, I mean, if you look at violent crime as a trend anywhere in the world, like people use guns to hurt other people. Like, I don't know. It's just such a fucking tired meme. Ugh. It's just like fucking Reddit echo chamber anytime ever it comes up. But the gun, America.
Hello everyone, my name is Sir Spooks, and today
This is
we'll take
kinda
a look at
funny.
5 scary videos you should not watch before bedtime. Today's sponsor is Wicked Clothes. So I was standing there in front of the mirror in my white shirt thinking, damn, I suck. All of a sudden someone rang the doorbell. It was Death himself. He told me I had 48 hours to get some wicked cool shirts or he would come back to collect me. I panicked. Hours swiftly went by and I'd begun accepting my fate.
I've never actually
Out
seen
of
him before.
nowhere, I heard a faint voice whispering, "Wicked." I turned around and a box had appeared. I opened the box and I knew in that moment my life had been saved. When Death returned to my apartment, he was so impressed with my new shirts that he wanted to be my friend. And we hung out all night. I would like to thank Wicked Clothes for sponsoring today's video and ultimately saving my life. If you also want Death himself to like you,
I actually wasn't.
suggest
I
you
didn't think it was
follow
gonna be
this
an ad
link,
read.
wickedclothes.com/SirSpooks, where you can buy some wicked clothes and get 10% off any purchase.
From Boston.
Using my link, the 10% will automatically apply on checkout. Now back to the video.
Wicked awesome shirts.
Over on the subreddit,
There's like
Unexplained
Dunkin' Donuts
Photos,
spilled on each
Reddit
one.
user named Blackbird9251 shared a creepy video and is asking for any help on what could have possibly caused the events in the video to happen. The uploader thankfully provides us with a bit of context, saying, "I got this from my girlfriend today. This footage is from her cousin's workshop. I uploaded what I got, but the activity happens right after the 2-minute mark and right at the end. So, What kind of activity is Blackbird talking about? Well, let's have a look.
Let's have a look. This audio is...
If this video is indeed real, then I have no idea
probably
what could
creepier
have
than the
caused
video
this
is.
ukulele to move around all on its own like that, because the manner in which it moved was incredibly unnatural, understandably causing some to believe it was being moved by a spirit. The cousin who owns the workshop said that the shop alarm went off 3 times in the middle of the night, but every time he checked the footage, nobody was there. But when he checked the footage,
putting a
this is what he
guitar,
saw captured
like,
on the tape.
hanging out like that, like a neck
what was
out, your
moving this
ukulele, I guess.
I'm curious to hear
It
your
could be heavy
thoughts in
enough
the
to, like, tip
comments.
it over eventually. But you can't, like, leave something, like, dangling off the fucking table like that.
Dominic Matikian posted a video to his TikTok
The neck of
account,
a guitar could
which
be kinda
seemingly
heavy,
just shows him relaxing in his bed and unwinding for the day. But as you will soon find out, this day was anything but relaxing for Dominic. While
that
he's
what- did he
laying
get, like,
down,
fucking
he
stung by
hears
a bee in
something
that
both
picture?
disturbing and also plain annoying for anybody that is trying to get some rest after a long day at work. So without further ado, let's have a listen and see what is bothering him.
So it's literally 3 in the afternoon, and it's been happening more during the day.
3 in the afternoon?
It's scary. It's just... It's really just fucking annoying at this point, to be completely honest. I can't take this anymore.
With banging noises on
Leave
the
the
door
door
that
open.
loud, you would suspect that there obviously has to be somebody behind the door knocking that much. But as you can see, there was nobody behind Dominic's door. Or maybe the video had a clever cut somewhere. Or a friend of his behind the door managed to quickly hide before Dominic opened the door completely. What do you think was causing these loud banging noises? Be sure to let me know all of your theories in the comment section.
Yeah, maybe he works at night.
When you are in the shower, you really don't expect anything unusual
Baby
to happen.
ghost?
But as the movie Psycho and this video by TikTok user Marlene Anna White go to show, that is not always the case.
What the hell is this? I only have one baby at my house today. The rest of them are with grandma.
What the
You can
fuck?
clearly hear my baby in the living room crying.
You can clearly hear my baby crying
I
as
was
I'm
on the
neglecting it.
toilet when I felt like something was watching me. I've been on edge ever since I took a picture and my dad was behind me by the door. So I decided to turn the camera on and record.
Why was
This
your
is
dad
not my
behind you
dad.
if you're on the
I don't
toilet?
know what it is. I know you seen it move before and after I gasped.
Who are you?
I'm the baby.
Hello?
Anna clarifies that the baby you're looking at is not her baby, and says that she only has one baby and that it is in an entirely different room, and if you look carefully, you can even see it move slightly at some point. Anna says that ever since this incident happened, she has been on edge, and judging from the looks of things, she has yet to fully understand what it was that she saw that day. By all accounts, it absolutely looks like a baby right down to the shape and size of it.
Turn the shower on.
But
Get
that's
rid of that
impossible
baby.
because Anna has one baby.
Dissipate the ghost
and
baby.
It was in a different room when this video was filmed.
Turn the hot shower
Where
on.
did this strange baby come from, and how did it get inside Anna's bathroom? It's a mystery we may never solve.
It's a mystery we may never solve. Yeah.
An Arab YouTuber is doing an outdoor exploration of a creepy looking area in the middle of the night,
We may never solve the mystery of the baby in the shower.
For the first 20 minutes or so of the exploration, the man is unable to find anything of real interest.
That sounds kind of cool. I'll have to check it out
he's
sometime.
looking around seems to be as quiet as can be, seeing as how it is in the middle of the night and there aren't any cars or pedestrians walking by, which makes sense.
Wow.
But towards the end of the video, the uploader finds something truly horrifying that I'm sure he wasn't expecting.
That rope?
هيو والله هيو هيو السلام عليكم.
Is that light not supposed to be there? Kind of looks like a tower. Oh yeah, it's a person. What the fuck? They have like goggles on.
عيونه بالماء نار يبي عيونه راسي يا عمي مش متحمل بس لا اله الا الله عيونه ضوء كثير والله العظيم باي يا الله يا الله.
What are they doing?
طيب شو بيعمل هيك بس يرفع ايده عيونه بيضوجن بزياده يا الله عيونه بيضوجن راسي يا الله يا الله يبي عيونه شو بسوي يا الله
Drop it.
رمى عصايته معقول بدنا يبي عيونه يا الله يا رب لا يا عم شنو
Shit, drop my stick.
يا الله ما لحقتش يا زلمه.
Although most people would run and flee from the scene as soon as they saw this creepy-looking figure, this YouTuber proceeds to shine a flashlight on the figure and its glowing red eyes for quite some time.
Looks like Bubbles from Trailer Park
The figure
Boys.
seemingly looks at the camera the entire time. The first time I watched this video, I fully expected
I think
this
it could be like
entity
a
to
part
come
of
chasing
Trailer
after the
Park Boys
YouTuber,
episode.
but it never does. It merely stands up top of the cliff and never does anything to harm the uploader. Even still though, I would like to think that if you stumbled upon this figure in the middle of the night, you would not only run home, but you'd probably have nightmares for weeks.
Have nightmares for weeks.
The Paranormies
they're
is
back.
a quickly rising YouTube channel, and it's not hard to see why so many people are starting to catch on to their videos. They often upload interesting and creepy exploration style videos, as well as other chilling paranormal related content to scratch your horror itch. In this video, the group are
Horror
venturing
itch?
out to a terrifying ghost motel located near East Braintree in southeastern Manitoba. A couple of minutes into the video, the group are situated in a small room, getting equipment ready and making an attempt to contact the dead.
Gas
Not
pumps.
too long into the attempt, this happens.
The same voice at the table, leave.
They blindfolded. The fuck?
Was that? Did you hear that?
Yeah, I felt it on the ground, like something big around.
Should we go check it out?
I think we just keep doing what we're doing.
I'm just gonna go check because to me it sounded kind of like it came from the bathroom.
Let's put our blindfolds back
I
on.
thought we were finally actually getting some decent responses. Going.
Oh shit.
A couple of minutes later, they start to explore the kitchen area of the motel, which looks surprisingly intact despite a little bit of a mess. But while exploring, two creepy things happen that are completely unexplainable.
Completely unexplainable.
Okay, thank you. Can you tell us on the Ovilus what your name is? That was me. Warm?
Warm.
Are we getting warmer?
It may have been a little hard to hear, but what sounds like an entity says the word warm on the Ovilus device after one of the crew members asks what its name is. But that was not the only time in the video in which something chilling happens with the Ovilus device. A little while later into the investigation, this can be heard.
A lot of stuff just like sitting around.
Wonder if that bush.
I hate this thing so much.
Jaden.
Oh
Whoa. It said Jaden right before that happened.
The thing that detects people.
Is there a third?
My knees are shaking. Holy shit, dude. I know that this building's falling apart, but that still doesn't make sense.
At this point, they are probably getting a little unsettled by everything going on, but nevertheless, they move into one of the bedrooms to take a look. While inside, they spot something both fascinating and creepy on one of the windows.
I'm gonna stop.
There's a handprint on the window.
It happens.
Whoa, that's creepy.
Like something was dragged.
It does look like that. Yeah, it looks like, yeah. That's messed up, man.
A couple of minutes later, while they are looking into the bathrooms, something else catches their attention. Take a look at this.
8.
You hear that?
That's Lorraine. That's Lorraine.
What? iPhone dies.
This is the first real time that we heard Lorraine going off when we weren't in the same room. There's been moments like Hangman's Church where we were 100 feet away and she'd gone off, but we strongly believe at this point that she's going off due to our flashlights. This time is a lot different. Also, another thing to note on is that my phone died almost immediately after Lorraine went off when we were in the other room. We'd been changing out batteries and I had pockets
Who is
full of batteries
Lorraine?
all night that we were changing with cameras, flashlights, even the big light that we had that's supposed to run for 8 hours died in about 2.5 hours.
Whoa. Is that us this time?
That would have been me.
Fuck that doll. Destroy that.
After this, it seems like the crew are only going to explore a little bit longer, and then they will finally pack their things and go. But before they are able to leave, they are given one last scare to go with them. Look at this.
I don't know where it went. It must be...
Wait, you don't have the spirit box?
No, it must be in a different room. Hang on. I'm gonna go grab it. Oh my god.
What the? Holy shit.
The door did it.
Who was that? Can you tell me on the Ovilus?
Holy shit, dude. That camera would have caught it.
Unholy.
Unholy?
It said unholy. Oh, man.
Miranda.
Oh, man. I'm going in this room.
To me, this seems like a terrifying motel that
I like the
you
Tabasco
want
sauce.
to visit.
Oh my god.
What the? Holy shit.
And that was 5 scary videos you should not watch before bedtime. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, then subscribe for more scary content. My name is Sir Spooks.
Look at that.
And I'll see you all in the next video.
I ain't never seen 2 scary best friends. I'm gonna stream for a bit longer, but I'm gonna do some 1-minute bounty trailers real quick. So, if you would like to hang out for a moment, I'm gonna do 2 1-minute bounties, one for a Nickelodeon show. Very on brand for this this show. Called That Girl Lele. And it's a minute long. And I appreciate you guys being here and watching this sponsored 1-minute thing. Then I have one more to watch after this. And then we'll watch some more videos. So, without further ado, That Girl Lele. Thank you for supporting the stream.
Thursday on Nickelodeon.
Thursday.
The brand new series That Girl Lele is giving friendship an upgrade.
Sadie's affirmation.
You see that ghost?
Some of us had magic, some of us don't.
Who has magic?
You dance and I shout. It's hard to blend in when you're made to stand out. I learn as we go, everything is so new. Kids try to play, say they speaking the truth. Oh no, they didn't, they coming for you. But we on the come up, we got our own crew. Me, Sadie, and Jeremy, we raising the roof. Who's coming up the app? Who's our star power is the free.
Yeah, I mean, the 90s are kind of just back again.
Premiere of the brand new series, That Girl Layla. Thursday at 7:30, 6:30 Central on Nickelodeon.
All right, thanks for watching that. And I got another one. For an Audible thing. The Sandman. All right, it's a 1-minute trailer for Audible.
There is a wind that blows between
DC
worlds. This is not a place, after all. It is between places.
Wait, it's not working. Hold on a second. I've never heard of this. Apparently it's a DC story.
There is a wind
There we go.
that blows between the worlds. This is not a place, after all. It is between places.
Don't do anything stupid.
But when you see him, tell him I miss him.
You knew me when I was an angel.
That was
What was
Neil.
I like?
Isn't the Sandman from Batman, or is that just a completely different character? All right, thanks for watching this. Oh yeah, it's like a Spider-Man guy. Gaiman usually writes like more like I don't know. Less comic book kind of characters, I guess. Kind of. All right. I'm just looking for another video.
Okay, Owen.
I saw the what's his name put out a short. What's his name again? Erwin Sanders.
Okay, Owen. Owen. Okay.
Of just the worm.
Run, 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 run. I am.
I love this guy's videos.
So it's just a quick update that keeps catching on my arm. Just to say I haven't really seen any people, and I've sat here because I thought it would look nice, and it's got a thorn right. Ow! I'll just make it quick. Haven't really seen anything in terms of woodland folk, but I have seen a couple of interesting features in the woods which I've not come across before. So let's go now. Before, ow, I get, ow, there's thorns everywhere. That's a little hole, and I remember this, well obviously, and there's no point me telling you that, you can see it's a hole, and last time I came it had a little mushroom just growing in the middle of it.
A little mushroom?
Now, so I'm not quite sure why I'm showing it off, but it looks rather nice anyway. Now I've come here and I've stood here and now I can't see the thing. But around the front there you can see that face, just sort of around there. And it looks as though that it's carved, but it's not. The actual tree has grown into that shape.
This guy's awesome.
It's not a magic tree or anything. Well,
looks like a fucking demon.
Perception of what magic is. But how it works is that they...
Like if you were walking and you saw that, you'd be like,
when the tree's growing into the
it kind of look like a fucking worm or something, like some kind of monster.
By controlling that...
Is that CGI? The fuck?
Sort of sculptural-like forms. Let me just get down and see
It's
if
just
I
like
can...
fucking weird looking.
Oops! It's not the best angle here either, to be honest. Right beneath it. But you can see there that facial form has actually been made... it's grown into that shape rather than being a carved shape. So that's one thing they do, and that's a...
Pixie did it.
It's like a lot of their activities is based around evil spirits and that sort of thing. So that's what that's all about. Trying to keep them away. Oh!
What?
So this is rather interesting.
Little door.
It's a little entrance way there. You can see that one going in. But then that goes up to this arrangement here, which is... And the strange thing is that's been actually... Some of that's been carved in. It's not all a natural... I think it probably was a natural hole, but then obviously they've done a bit of work
Natural hole?
to get that going
Isn't
in.
it hole at all?
Presumably they join up. It's hard to tell, really. It's all quite full of debris. It's obviously not been used for quite a long time. Yeah. So another shot of me walking along, just to fill in. I hate doing these shots. It's not even where I was going. But so this is going to be my lookout spot for the rest of the day. Get quite a good view down there. Well,
My
all the way
lookout
around,
spot?
in fact. So trying to discipline myself to stay in one place, which can get rather boring. So normally I'll bring something like something to fiddle with, but I forgot to bring my... Well, today I was going to bring a sketch pad and do some drawing, because if I'm drawing down there, I'll see any movement. Something moved off down there.
What
Again,
was it?
I didn't quite catch it in time. I'm so I'm trying to not... Shouldn't really be following him. But I'm making so much noise. I've just grabbed the whole tripod.
Yeah, this guy's amazing.
I don't normally act like this. It's because I feel the pressure's
Also, this actually has more production value than anything we've watched ghost hunting, cryptid hunting wise. Just the fucking After Effects they use and stuff.
Have a new lookout spot now. Didn't stay long at the last one. That's quite annoying as well.
Kind of reminds me of like the foil to Captain Disillusion a little bit. Or something, I don't know.
So I checked the footage, and I can't. It's too. The monitor's too small. I can't see anything. I've got itches on both arms now. Not really in the mood for this today.
Not really in the mood for
Stay
this.
here for a while, but this might be my last sign in. So
Might be my last sign in.
like and subscribe, and I hate saying that. I really hate saying that, but Tom said I have to say it at the end. Like and subscribe.
Nothing even happened in that one.
If you like it. If you don't like it, don't. I wouldn't subscribe if you don't like it. It doesn't make any sense.
Subscribe if you don't like it. It doesn't make any sense. Don't do it. Yeah, this guy's great. Pretty relaxing video too, honestly. Very green.
Hello again. I'm back here in the woods where I got shot, actually, by that pixie. So that's why I've got my protection, and I'm keeping an eye out because I'm trying. I actually sit down in an area where there's not as much coverage from above.
He's got a Nerf gun.
Come from, but I'm just doing this because I thought it was a nice starting spot. I'm slightly nervous. I'm not with Tom today. That's why the camera's not moving around. I'm just on my own. We were going to go to Wales actually last week, but the weather was, first of all, it then said it was going to be terrible weather, and then it wasn't. So we didn't. I thought it was a bit of a waste. We should have done that.
Almost like Flight of the Conchords. It's just like dry British humor. Nah,
Just moved here to get away from the overhanging trees. It's hard to concentrate when you're nervous. So Wales, we didn't go to Wales, but hopefully that's going to happen in a couple of weeks' time. I thought Tom did a very good job on the editing of the last one, but I was saying to him, why have you chopped up what I'm saying so much? Was I really boring? And then he said, no, but it was mostly getting rid of ums and ahs. So, and then I realised that I do say that quite a lot, so I'm trying to self-edit, although it requires quite a lot of concentration to just think about not
Got the
saying
gun in his pocket.
And ah. I'm going to try and find somewhere to sit down and make a cup of tea. I've got a new little cooking thing, so I'll show you that in a moment, which I'm quite excited about.
Is that true? They just hate
Just checking
styrofoam.
out these
I've
holes
never
down
heard
here.
that
There's
before,
nothing
but I feel like it could be true.
Disturbed on those. So, but it's also a good place where I set up here. I mean, I'm vulnerable from there, but I'd hear the scrunchy sounds up there, so I think I'm all right. This is the little cooking kit which I've got. So there's a little burner there, and then there's the pans. And the good thing about it is that they all fit inside.
It's a little made up.
And so my old one, I had a gas stove and a
Big
separate
iron
kettle,
on his head.
took up a lot of room. So this one's quite convenient for that. So I'll I'll get this going and I'll make a cup of tea, then we'll carry on. Right. Coffee. I think I might have said tea. I've only got coffee, so just waiting for it to boil. I don't think it has a little thing which makes a whistle sound like my old one, so I just have to keep an ear out for it. I was also thinking that maybe I should get sponsored for talking about this, but it doesn't work that way. I can't do it first and then ask for some money afterwards. But if anybody does want to sponsor me, I'm certainly up for that. Trying to get as much, you know, the more that I can make from YouTube, the more of these videos that I can do. So Tom's helping me think of some ideas for merchandising.
Manscaped.
He's also, what else was he said? There's some other link thing that you could do.
Talk about shaving your balls for money.
Anyway, I'll just wait for this to boil. I've got my sketchbook. In fact, I'm going to tell you why I'm here, because I haven't really mentioned why I'm here yet. Oh, looks like it's boiling. Right, let's see what this is like. I haven't got a stirring thing. So I had a theory after I came back here after the last set of videos. I actually got some footage of that creature again.
Creature.
But I was doing some research on the worm, and I did find a reference in some 19th century theoriologist papers to a relationship between pixies and worms, where pixies will place an egg into a safe environment and effectively nurture the baby, the worm.
Berries like worms?
That was really as much as was mentioned, but I thought it interesting in context of what we found in the woods here. Just moving my stuff over here because I just heard some rustling from up there. So I'll just
some rustling.
Try and well, anyway, I'll keep the camera over this way for the moment.
A
Got
worm.
myself another little camera with some of my money that I got from YouTube, so I can film with that and also have me on there. So that's
Harry, you're a worm.
It's a useful thing to have. So I'm going to get on with this drawing. Oh, he's up there somewhere. I just heard him. I haven't seen him. I did see some movement on the leaves. He was sort of... I don't know if you can hear that. There's some... He's trying to attract my attention by the sounds of it. Just to put that back away. Didn't get very far with the picture. I just started his head. I'll do that later on. I think I might just go, let's go down to the bit where the cave was. I'm not going to go in. I'm not sure actually, maybe I'll stay here. No, let's...
Oblivion music.
The cave's just down there. I've changed my mind about going down there. I feel like I get the sense that that's what he wants me to do. Tom's expressed an interest in going down there, so I think I'll leave it to him. Although I can't see him doing it when he actually is presented with it as an option. Quite keen to discover where this Pixie's HQ is, headquarters. So I'm going to see if I can find that.
It's Pixie's HQ.
One of the problems is that I don't know whether he's a cave dwelling, tree top dwelling, or whether he constructs his own places. But this, if I was a pixie, I'd I'll be using this area. They're quite lazy, so pulling out rocks and things is a lot easier than digging caves and carving. You've got a nice tree here as well if you wanted to scamper up there. These ledges are nice. There's nothing here though, so a wasted opportunity on his part.
He's saying the pixies wasted this opportunity to build a house there.
I can tell that there's no other species living in this forest of pixie, because a mound like this would definitely have some sort of adornment, or there would be, you know, see those rocks there, you could just pull those out and make those into shelters. There's nothing here, so I don't know why he's not done anything here, but if he's on, I don't know what his culture is, so
Stop.
I find it irritating that I can't locate the creature's lair, his dwelling.
He's going to fall in the hole.
There's a canyon bit down here. I'm determined to
What was that?
to find it. It gets on my nerves when I can't get out now.
No.
It was easy getting down here. Oh, up. Oh, sticks in the way.
He's just like getting stuck there.
So this is the joys of Britain. It started raining after I knew I jinxed it by saying that early on about it being nice after it was forecast to be wet. Should have not mentioned it. It's not brilliant under here, but it's a bit scrunched up. I'm not going to that other cave, obviously. I've got a plastic bag in front of the over the camera, so it's. I think it's all right. But it keeps
you got
blowing,
a plastic bag over
so
the
if
camera.
there's any weird stuff, that's a plastic bag. I'll stay here, and I don't know if he'll come out if it's raining. But I'll bring the camera in, because I'm sort of slightly paranoid about the electrics in the rain, and that bag's not the best solution for that. I'll have to try and find something else. Rain's almost stopped, which means what it's trying to do is get me to go out, and then as soon as I get everything ready, and then start walking again, it'll come down again. Right, it has stopped, so let's go out. Yeah.
Right.
So, no surprise. I think I might have to go today.
This place looks fucking beautiful,
though. Better gear.
This looks like where the hobbits hid from the ring wraith. Hide!
I'll get a coat for starters.
Get off the road!
And then something for more protection for the camera and the mic and everything.
Get off the
road!
road!
I don't even know if I switched it on. Oh, yes, it is on. Yeah, so I'll do that, I think, and then we'll come back tomorrow. So, thank you for watching today. Thank you again for all of the subscribers and all that sort of thing. I'll try and make the next one as quick as I can. Might be a few days while I sort out the rain and everything, but otherwise, cheerio.
Sort out the rain. Wait. More. There it is. What the hell's it doing?
I don't know if I'm in focus or not. That was a quick shot of him then that I got just as I was leaving. So I'll come back as soon as I can. My tripod legs are still extended. That's why it's quite high.
Oh, that was a real pixie, dude. They're real. The real shit.
So, hello again. So back here, it's not raining today. I haven't really sorted out anything better than the bag, because it's I thought I'd just come out because it's dry, but I've still got my coat. We'll go into the woods, and I realised when I was going through the footage that I hadn't actually explained my I just went from one thing to another, so I'll try and... Anyway, I've done some drawings, and I'll show you that in a moment, illustrating what I was trying to get to yesterday.
Okay.
So, yep, let's go. Yep. So I'm going to settle down here. Don't know if I'm in camera.
Settle down here.
My stuff down here. It's an acceptable seat. The ground's still wet, so I'll get set up here, and then I'll show you the picture that I drew, illustrating the theory that I've had. So I'll get myself sorted out, get my blanket out, and make a nice little comfortable spot. Now, so this is the sequence that I did last night, and so ignore those two, it's just this one to start with. So a pixie will arrive at a new location with a worm egg that he's found somewhere else, and he'll put it somewhere, and then he'll nurture this little egg. As it grows up, and then when it hatches, he'll bring it
What
live
the
prey. That's a
fuck?
little mouse that I've drawn there.
That's the connection?
And as this thing gets older and older, it gets to a point where it'll require prey that the pixie doesn't want to catch because it's dangerous. So he'll bring in some meat, probably from a smaller prey like a mouse. The
Damn,
worm won't
pixies
want
kill
that because he's
mouse?
after live prey, but that will attract
Mice?
a predator like this, like a badger, and he'll come in, he'll eat the meat, the worm will on the badger, and then any scraps and leftovers the pixie can get. So he'll get larger meals from only having to bring in smaller prey. Now the problem with this theory is, you know, worms are reptilian and they tend to eat their prey whole. I only thought of that afterwards. But anyway, that's my theory.
Yeah, that badger about to get eaten. About to get it eaten.
So I've done a little outline there. This is what I can gather from what I've seen of him. So
Yeah,
I
whoever
don't
drew
really know
that
what
did a
he's
really
from.
good
I have
job.
to use a bit of artistic license
if he
on
drew
his
it or
face.
not.
I know that he's wearing some sort of trouser-like thing, and he's got this cape, which appears to be, and I've seen this before, made of hedgehog skin.
What?
And the reason why they have that is for protection from birds. They don't like to attack it because of they don't like to get their feet on the spikes. And that's why they wear that. And he's also got some feathers. That's a similar thing. They don't like to
Birds
attack.
don't like to get their
And
feet
they
on the
don't know
spikes.
what
Is
it
that
because
true?
from above, they'd
I mean, I
see these
guess.
feathers and that. So that's where I am. I've got him carrying his bow. He didn't have that yesterday. Yeah, so that's the structure of it, and I'll carry on with that for a bit.
Yeah, man. It's, what's his name? Radagast.
Just check the camera, and it was slightly out of focus on the last one. So this is where I am now.
Fucking Radagast.
So I've got him carrying a little knife here. I wasn't quite sure whether to put the bow in or not. Might be slightly overkill.
You know the
Says
brownies from
hedgehog
Willow?
Skin. That would be dark.
They were
because
pixies,
that's
weren't they? Basically.
in the shadow there. So annoyingly, I left my eraser and that one's gone right down to the nub. So I can't really...
Right down to the
wanted
nub.
to erase a little bit. Well, it sort of does work a little bit.
I mean, it's pretty sick. I think he would fucking kill you.
So that's pretty much it. I was just finishing off some little bit of ground down here. I'll probably neaten this up.
You
There's a
guys
few
know?
errors.
You guys know
And I
Willow,
didn't
the
give him
movie,
a
right? Remember the
quiver for the
brownies in
bow,
Willow, the little
for the
pixie
arrows,
people?
of
And
course.
come on,
Although I'm not quite sure where he put that. Some of them are down here, so maybe that was... Anyway, it doesn't have to be completely accurate. It's the...
Doesn't have to be completely accurate.
It's just an impression of him. So there...
Is Willow the one with the Robin Williams bat?
I can't. I might do that tonight. So I had no...
It's a live action movie.
I've heard nothing since
Warwick
I've
Davis
been
in
doing
it.
that. Picture of him, he's not turned up. Maybe he's offended by his portrait. I think I'll make a cup of tea and then I'll have a little scout around again for the umpteenth time. All right. It's properly raining now. I was just in this open space just to see if I could stay away from limbs and get a view of him. But I need to get in because I don't like getting wet. So I'll say goodbye and then we'll come back as soon as I can.
Confirmed he dies
Cheerio.
if he gets wet. I don't like getting wet. I will melt. Please. The fuck video was this? This is on his channel. I forget what the hell this was. This is an ARG, isn't it? What does that say? I'm sure one of you can read it. Oh. I remember that now. That sounds like Mogwai.
Good morning.
This place looks cool.
Finally got some nice weather, so thought I'd go for a little stroll through this bluebell woods, which I've heard about before, but I've never actually been here. So I'm very glad that it's lovely and sunny and warm. It was been raining off and on for the last couple of weeks, so I haven't really had a chance to go out. But yeah, today I'm just going for a walk mainly.
Getting blue-balled about pixies in the Bluebell Forest. That should have been the title of the video, instead of just Bluebell Woods.
It's a rather interesting
That would have got
shaped,
way more views, dude.
Log here. It's quite any interesting features like this. I always check around to see if there's anything, any sort of thing left around the base, or any signs, or any carvings, or anything like that. There's nothing here. Quite tempted to. Looks quite a nice bench, but I've only just started, so
Quite a nice
I can't
bench.
really justify having a sit down. I'll crack on.
What is he
Just
doing?
checking to see if there's any signs of anything that's been touched by little hands up here, but there's nothing. Another reason I'm out today is just to practice some doing some editing on this. So,
Touched by little hands. Yeah, you gotta poke everything with a stick.
just checking these trees for any interesting detritus. Not found anything yet. Also using the other camera that Tom lent me, and starting slowly to get used to it, but it's harder to focus than the other one. Wild garlic around, well, everywhere, but I can smell it here. It's a very nice aroma, not as strong as garlic which you'd buy in a supermarket, but it's it has its own very, very, very nice aroma.
Yeah, it seems like
it's a shame they don't last longer.
Somewhere. Yeah, in the British countryside.
It'd be rather nice to have this.
He says where it is usually.
Summer, but unfortunately, these will be gone in a couple of weeks' time.
It is gorgeous, though.
It's a shame. It's a nice mossy log. Sorry. There,
where's Glastonbury? Like, is that like north, south?
Sit down on.
North, I'm assuming.
But then I thought, don't want to be lazy. I'll carry on trying to find these tracks. No luck yet. It's rather pretty in here. I'm enjoying the walk, that's for sure.
Southwest.
On second thoughts, I will have a little break. Doesn't matter if it's lazy or not. I don't have anybody breathing down my neck, so I can do what I like, quite frankly. And oops, flies are undone.
Known for people like this. Interesting.
I bought this hat from. I bought 4 of them.
Like what? Like druid stuff?
I bought them on the internet, and so I'm quite
Celtic
glad that they fit.
Druid stuff. Kind of
Just
interesting.
have a relax for a bit.
All that stuff with England and Ireland and stuff is
just checking the
I don't know,
base of the tree where you get this moss around the
weird
base.
ancient
I might
history.
have mentioned this before. You sometimes get abrasions
like the Isle of Man
on here from
it's like
cleaning.
that island out in the
They'll
middle
use
of
the moss when it's dewy in the morning, and they'll rub up against it. It's quite like a. It also works
the
as
sea
a
there.
towel
Like so
to dry them
weird.
down. But when it's wet, it's a good for cleaning. There's nothing there. Nothing on this tree.
Yeah, the Doodoo Films does a great job.
These vines, obviously used for climbing sometimes, so trying to see if there's any structures up there or
Used for
anything
climbing.
suspicious. Nothing. Nothing I can see anyway. So the sun's going down, well, not down, I mean, well, it is going from our perspective, but of course we're just rotating around. Sorry. I've had quite a good day. I mean, I haven't seen any folk, woodland folk, but I've heard reports of this area, and so I think it's probably worth me having a scout around here for a little while. Not now, but you know, when I come back in the next few days or so, and see how we get on. I think next time I'll stay in one spot, and I've just started getting into wood cutting.
It's a
Actually,
nice
lino
hobby,
cutting, but,
just being
so
out
I'm
there
not doing that
wandering
with me,
around.
and just stay in one spot and just keep an eye out.
Filming
and
things.
sort of do
And
a
you
bit
just
of
sell
that.
the B-reel.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's it. So thank you for watching again. Sorry I haven't presented you with anything particularly that interesting. I did have a squirrel early on.
I did
but
say
I didn't
squirrel.
manage to catch it on. I tried to catch it, but not literally. I mean on camera. But to no avail, I'm afraid. Anyway, that's stop waffling.
And you wouldn't really know it, but he's just doing a character. Or he's like doing a very exaggerated version of himself. That's why I love that channel. He gets a decent amount of views. Like that almost has 100K. The videos don't. He's got like 250,000 subs. The videos come out like every other month, though. They're far and few between. He's got like probably 20 videos, and it goes back 3 years.